No wires, no complicated setup, no bulky batteries. The Bikeon kit transforms any regular bike into an electric one in seconds. Just attach and go. The US version has 750 watt, while the EU version offers 250 watt of power to stay street legal, both pushing up to 55 Newton meters of torque, which is more than enough for strong acceleration. First one uses LG cells and fits into a standard bottle cage. It charges fully in about 3 hours, hitting 80% in just one. The motor weighs around 4 pounds, and the battery adds 3.3 pounds more, so the full setup comes in at about 7 pounds. It runs on a quiet timing belt that doesn't need oil. The aluminum housing stands up to splashes and dirt and can be rinsed off easily. Attaching the unit takes less than 30 seconds. It clamps onto the largest cog, 25 to 36 teeth options, and stays secure using 3 contact points. You'll lose the top 1 to 3 cassette gears, but everything else stays functional. Swapping it between bikes is quick and simple, as long as they use compatible sprockets. It's not just about adding power. The system reacts to how you ride. Sensors track torque, motion, and incline to adjust the motor's support automatically. When you stop pedaling, the motor cuts out. If you backpedal slightly, it even reverses a bit to keep the ride feeling natural. Out of the box, top speed is around 20 miles per hour, and if you pair it with the app over Bluetooth, it'll get close to 28. This one small upgrade can seriously change how a bike feels on the road. Tannus Armor is a tough foam liner that slips between the inner tube and tire, putting about 15 millimeters of protection under the tread and 2 to 5 millimeters on the sidewalls. It wraps nearly all the way around the tube, shielding it from pinch flats, punctures, rim hits, and sidewall cuts. It fits a wide range of tires from 20 to 29 inch, including fat tires up to 4.8 inch. Each insert weighs around 320 to 337 grams, and mounting it adds less than a minute to a regular tube install. Once it's in, it changes how the bike handles. You can drop tire pressure by 5 to 8 without losing that locked-in feel through corners. And if the tube does go flat, the foam still gives enough support to ride out slowly without destroying the rim. Off-road, it takes the sting out of rocky lines and chatter. Riders say it smooths things out and cuts down on hand and arm fatigue. Sure, there's a bit of extra weight, and that might slow down climbs a little, but the trade-off in control and flat protection tends to win out. Some people run it at 14 to 18 psi regularly, with a few dropping all the way to 10 psi on steep, technical trails. The price is $40 each. This compact tire pump weighs just 130 grams, lighter than a phone, yet delivers up to nearly 7 bar of pressure, and fills a tire in about 70 seconds, fast enough to get you rolling again without wasting time. It gives you real-time pressure updates on a small digital screen, so you're never guessing. There's even a built-in rear light with 3 modes: solid, flashing, and pulsing, so if you're riding in the dark, you're still seen. It's compact enough to fit in a jersey pocket or saddlebag, but doesn't skimp on function. The body is a mix of aluminum and tough plastic, giving it just the right balance between weight and pressure handling strength. What makes it stand out isn't just the pressure or the speed, it's how much it does in such a small package. It replaces the need to carry a separate gauge and rear light. For commuters or gravel riders, that means less stuff to carry and fewer things to forget. It runs on a battery, powering both the screen and the light, so you'll want to keep an eye on charge levels. It sells for $64. Sometimes you want music or to check in with your group, but not at the cost of blocking out the world around you. That's where the Aleck Punks come in. These wireless, near-ear audio devices sit right on your helmet straps and let you hear your music, your crew, and everything going on around you. They use waterproof elliptical drivers that rest just off the ear, so you get solid, clear sound without losing awareness of cars, riders, or trail noise. Bluetooth 5.2 keeps the connection stable, and the battery runs for up to 12 hours. If you're in a rush, a 10-minute charge gives you an extra hour. Each unit weighs just 16 grams, is about the size of a thumb, and handles everything from dust to heavy rain. The clip-on mount fits most open-face helmets with straps up to 15 millimeters wide. The real magic happens in the group features. Through Aleck's app, you can stay in open conversation with your riding group in party mode, switch to push-to-talk for quick check-ins, or use Friend Finder to track everyone's location. Dual microphones block wind noise, so calls stay clear even at speed. A quick triple tap pulls up Siri or Google Assistant. The controls are designed for real rides. Pinch the buttons with gloves on to skip tracks or answer calls without pulling over. Price starts from $89. Most bikes rely on chains. The string bike doesn't. Instead, it runs on ropes, seriously tough ones. Each side of the drivetrain uses a pair of ropes, just 3 millimeters thick, but strong enough to handle more than 16,000 Newton of force. These ropes wrap around drums at the rear wheel, driven by lever arms that swing with each pedal stroke. As one arm pushes, the other resets, keeping the motion smooth and continuous. Gearing works differently too. Instead of derailleurs and sprockets, the string bike shifts by moving pulleys across a cam with 19 indexed positions. That gives it a gear range enough for most road conditions. You can shift anytime, even while stopped or under heavy pedaling, and the dual freewheels let the bike roll backward without resistance. It's not a plug-and-play upgrade. The drivetrain needs a custom frame with wider spacing, and it only supports rim brakes. Disc setups don't fit due to the drum placement. There's also a bit of a weight hit, around 1 extra kilogram compared to a typical derailleur setup. That said, maintenance is refreshingly low effort. The ropes can be swapped out in less than 5 minutes and cost about $10 each. They're reliable through rain and cold, but will need replacing every 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers. The grip shifter can get a little stiff, especially when wet, but the cam-driven pedaling helps smooth out. Most bikes ask you to carry a lock. This one is the lock. Its frame splits in two and wraps around a post or rack, anything up to 20 centimeters wide, then clicks back into place in seconds. Once it's locked, the pedals can't turn, and the only way to steal it would be to destroy the frame. The locking system is CNC machined from tough aluminum, and the wheels stay put thanks to custom anti-theft nuts that require a special key. The V3 model pairs a steel frame with an aluminum locking tube and gives you 2 gearing options, single speed or a Shimano Nexus 3-speed hub. It runs on tires with reflective sidewalls and uses mechanical caliper brakes. Available in 3 sizes, it handles up to 150 kilograms and weighs around 15 kilograms depending on setup. Need something with a bit more range? The V4 version steps things up. It rolls on wider tires and gives you a choice between a rigid fork and a front suspension fork. You can go with Shimano Nexus 3 or SRAM X4 8-speed gearing. It also includes a smart saddle adjustment system that locks into place. Then there's the electric model. It packs a 350-watt peak motor and a smooth automatic dual-speed system. Range stretches to 100 kilometers, and the bike includes hydraulic disc brakes. The bike was selling on Indiegogo, and the price starts from $399. Don't let the size fool you. This inflator packs serious punch. It can hit up to 11 bars, more than enough to seat most tubeless tires in one go. There are 2 bottle sizes to choose from, 0.75 and 0.6 liters, both shaped to fit standard bike cages. The main body is aluminum, and the booster head, once a weak point, has been redesigned with a steel ring. The full setup weighs around 150 grams, with the head itself just 21 grams. Here's how it works. Use a floor or bike pump to pressurize the bottle through a Presta valve. Remove the valve core from the tire. Press the booster head onto the stem, and the air releases all at once into the tire. That burst usually pops the bead into place right away. After that, just screw the valve core back in and fine-tune the pressure. What's nice is how simple the whole thing is. No hoses, no switches, nothing extra to go wrong. Air goes straight from the bottle to the tire, which makes the process quick and efficient. It also means no CO2 cartridges and no need to lug around a compressor. When it's not being used for tire inflation, the bottle doubles as a regular water bottle, which is a bonus for space-conscious riders. It sells for $50. The Tarran T1 Pro doesn't try to look futuristic, because it just is. Designed with serious thought behind every part, it balances smart tech with the kind of performance a city rider or family actually needs over 2 meters long. It's big enough to carry a serious load, up to 65 kilograms in the front and another 25 kilograms on the rear rack. The total weight it can handle is 220 kilograms. Power comes from a 250 watt motor that can push up to 750 watt when needed, giving it the muscle for hills. It delivers 100 Newton meters of torque straight to the cranks. You get pedal assist up to 25 kilometers per hour. A 708 watt-hour battery sits neatly inside the frame, and there's room for a second one, which bumps range from about 100 to 200 kilometers in eco mode. One thing that really makes it different is motorized stabilizer wheels that drop down when you're slowing, stopping on a slope, or loading up, then pull back up when you're riding. They also double as a kickstand. All the information is shown in its 5.2-inch touchscreen display, from GPS to lighting to diagnostics. You also get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC for unlocking, tracking, and alerts. With multiple cameras, radar alerts, and adaptive lighting, it's thinking ahead even when you're not. It sells for $7,424. Do you think it is pricey? Let us know in the comments below. With the Switch Max kit, you can convert your bike into an e-bike with minimal effort. It only takes 3 parts: a motorized wheel, a pedal sensor, and a battery. No major modifications needed. At its core is a 250 watt hub motor, delivering about 40 Newton meters of torque, built right into a replacement front or rear wheel. It kicks in only when you're pedaling, feeling natural. The top assist speed hits 20 miles per hour, which is more than enough for city commutes rides. The real flexibility comes from its power packs. There are 3 options. The Max Plus gets you 30 to 40 miles on a charge, while the Max Double Plus pushes that up to 45 to 60 miles, while the smaller Legacy Pack covers about 20 miles. Charging time ranges from just over 2 hours to around 5, depending on which one you choose. The whole setup adds about 3.7 kilograms to your bike, split between the motor and the battery, with weight positioned to keep handling stable. Setup takes less than half an hour. Riders say the motor blends in nicely. It helps when needed, but doesn't overwhelm the ride. Cyclists don't have to stay hidden in blind spots anymore. With the Laserlight Core, a bright warning beam is projected 6 meters ahead, boosting your visibility by 32%. It combines a 400 lumen white LED with a green laser that projects a bike symbol 6 meters ahead of the rider. This projection helps drivers notice cyclists sooner, often before they even enter a blind spot. The light has 4 modes: day flash, pulse, full beam, and a lower steady setting. It also includes a side halo effect that spreads light across a wide angle, helping others see the rider from more than just head-on. Power comes from a built-in battery. Depending on the mode, it can run anywhere from 4.5 to 41 hours. A quick charge gives you about 50% in an hour, and a full charge takes around 4.5 hours. It's compact, about 10 centimeters long and just over 3 wide, and weighs roughly 91 grams without the bracket. The carbon gray body is sealed to handle everyday road spray and dust. Mounting it is quick and simple, thanks to a silicone strap that fits most handlebars. This isn't the first version of the light. It's a more refined follow-up to the original Blaze from 2013. It's brighter, lasts longer, and has a cleaner look. It's already been tested in public bike share systems in cities like London and New York. On Kickstarter, it was available from $59. There's something refreshingly simple about the Parkis City bike lift. It fits most adult bikes, including e-bikes and mountain bikes, with tire widths up to 77 millimeters, a maximum tire plus rim height of 86 millimeters, and wheel sizes starting at 61 centimeters. The front axle load can be up to 15 kilograms. If the bike has mudguards, they'll need to sit above the axle, with a bit of clearance between the guard and the wall. What makes it different is how little effort it takes to use. It's fully mechanical, no power, no batteries. You just roll the front wheel in, and the lift does the rest. There's even a booster set already installed to help with heavier bikes, so it handles e-bikes without struggle. Installation is simple enough for most walls, just secures it with the provided anchors. It needs about 2.3 meters of height and 30 centimeters of space beside the handlebars. The design is clean and modern. Once in place, it opens up floor space that would have been taken up by a leaning bike. Ideal for hallways, storage rooms, shared garages, or anywhere space is tight. If the basic setup isn't quite right, there are extra accessories available. Spacers for narrow gaps, angled mounts for tricky walls, and a loop for locking your bike right to the rack. Parkis City is for people who want a reliable way to keep bikes out of the way without making a project out of it. No drama, no fuss, just a smarter way to store a bike. The price for Parkis is $582. The NXS brings wireless control to standard cable-actuated mountain bike drivetrains through 2 compact components: a 55-gram motor module and a 23-gram handlebar-mounted controller. Communication between the two occurs via Bluetooth. The system is compatible with drivetrains from 2 to 32 speeds. It delivers around 5,000 shifts per charge, and the controller operates on a battery with a 2 to 3 year lifespan. What separates NXS from traditional systems is its programmable nature. Users can fine-tune the calibration to match specific drivetrain setups and adjust settings during a ride. It can also connect to up to 5 other devices, enabling remote activation of components such as seat posts or lights. The kit currently supports only mountain bikes, though a road version is in development. While the shift cycle limit may raise questions for those riding frequently or in harsh environments, the system's adaptability and modular setup offer practical value. The production kit costs $179. The The AFS suspension was built with one clear purpose: to keep your wheels planted firmly on the ground, whether you're pushing hard on the pedals or hitting the brakes. There are two versions of AFS, a standard one and a high pivot setup. The standard design, found on bikes like the Onset ST, gives you a slight rearward axle path, about 2.5 millimeters, for a snappy, playful ride. The high pivot version is used on the Haste MT and Drive eMTB, pushes that rearward movement to 15 millimeters, helping the bike stay smooth and composed when trails get rough and repetitive. Both versions use a progressive suspension curve. On high pivot bikes, it's about 30% more progressive, keeping things even across the travel. Pedaling is tight and responsive too, thanks to high anti-squat numbers, around 140% for standard AFS and 120% for high pivot. That means less energy wasted bobbing, more going into forward motion. And when it comes to braking, the system keeps the suspension active rather than locking up. Anti-rise values are tuned to around 55% and 30% respectively, so braking doesn't mess with your traction. The shock is nested in a floating rocker, which helps cut down on friction, and the brake is mounted on its own floating bracket to separate its forces from the suspension. Bearings at key pivot points reduce side load and keep movement smooth. This one starts with an intriguing idea. What if a bicycle wheel could power itself, sense how you ride, and respond instantly? The Conpenhagen Wheel turns that idea into reality by putting a motor, battery, sensors, and control systems directly inside the rear hub. In the US, it delivers 350 watts of power, while European models are limited to 250 watts. The 48-volt battery can cover up to 50 kilometers on a full charge. A complete recharge takes about 4 hours. The hub weighs about 7.6 kilograms, bringing the whole wheel to roughly 17 pounds. Inside, sensors track torque, cadence, pedal position, acceleration, and power output. This data lets the wheel adjust its assistance smoothly. 4 modes, Eco, Standard, Turbo, and Exercise, allow different riding experiences, from easy cruising to a workout that charges the battery as you pedal. Backpedaling at higher speeds engages regenerative braking, slowing the bike while feeding energy back into the battery. Control happens through a Bluetooth connection to an iOS or Android app, which doubles as a digital key. The app displays speed, battery level, assist settings, trip history, and even runs system checks. The story began in 2009 at MIT's City Lab and first shown at the UN Climate Change Conference. Super Pedestrian took it to market in 2017, earning praise for its sleek design and smart features. But in 2020, the company ended support and shut down the app, leaving many wheels locked. Some resourceful riders eventually found ways to keep them running, keeping the concept alive long after its official end. It sells for about $1,100. It's hard not to notice when one rolls by. 3 wheels, a tall stance, and a style that doesn't quite fit the mold of a regular bike. It weighs down to 9.5 kilograms. Standing at 109 by 95 by 39 centimeters, when assembled and folding down to 47 by 100 by 39 centimeters, it works for riders between 1.5 to 2 meters tall, holding up to 100 kilograms. Gears come from 4-speed internal hub, and stopping power is handled by an integrated drum brake. Up front is an 18-inch tire, while 2 smaller 8-inch wheels sit at the back. You don't sit on this, your stance is upright, and you steer by leaning rather than twisting handlebars. Shifting your weight guides the front wheel, and in the process, your core muscles stay engaged. The abs, obliques, back, and hips are constantly working to keep balance, making each ride feel active and connected. On flat ground, you can cruise at around 20 kilometers per hour, with the gears giving enough range to handle gentle slopes of 7 to 8%. The movement is a mix of cycling, running, and skiing, giving a full-body workout without the joint strain of pounding the pavement. Its folding frame means you can take it in the car or on public transport without much hassle. Most riders get the hang of going straight in 10 to 20 minutes, with smoother control coming after a few days. The half bike sells for $800. Rockbros starts with a clear priority: keeping your essentials safe and within easy reach. Measuring 23 by 10 by 10 centimeters, holding 1.7 liters, and weighing about 200 grams, this frame bag uses an 3D hardshell with a carbon fiber texture that holds its shape and still looks good after plenty of rides. A polyester lining and seamless double zippers keep out rain, while shock-absorbing padding protects what's inside. 3 adjustable Velcro straps secure it to the bike, and it fits phones up to 6.8 inches. The touchscreen window lets you use your phone without taking it out, and a small sun visor helps cut glare. Inside, a mesh pocket keeps smaller things organized, and there's even a cable port and reflective graphics for safety. Its curved aerodynamic shape isn't just for style. It helps reduce wind resistance, something you notice on longer rides. The shell holds firm, doesn't warp, and wipes clean with just a damp cloth. The touchscreen stays responsive, so checking maps or handling a quick call mid-ride is easy. The visor is surprisingly handy on bright days, and the reflective details make you easier to spot when the light fades. The 1.7-liter space is enough for a phone, wallet, sunglasses, a small multi-tool, or even a compact power bank. The mesh divider stops small bits from sliding around, and it sells for $26. In the daylight, it has a calm, charcoal grey look with a faint sparkle, the kind you might only notice if you're up close. But as soon as headlights sweep across it, the entire bike lights up in ghostly silver glow, visible from 1,000 feet away. This striking transformation comes from a special retro-reflective powder coating made with halo coatings, packed with tiny glass spheres that bounce light straight back to its source. The effect covers the frame, fork, and rims. The frame comes in 5 sizes, with options for 700C wheels, or slightly smaller 650C ones for shorter riders. The lineup includes 3 main versions. The $499 frame set offers just the frame and fork for those who want to build their own ride from the ground up. The Lumen one, at $1,245, is a single speed with a Valencia frame design, bullhorn handlebars, a front caliper brake, and Velocity Deep V-rims weighing about 19 pounds. The $1,595 Lumen 8 adds an internal gear, Shimano Nexus 8-speed hub, upright riser handlebars, internal cable routing through its Sutra frame, and front and rear brakes, coming in at around 24 pounds. SUV is the kind of bike that makes you stop for a second before you even think about riding it. Its design pairs a brushless motor with a carbon fiber frame, giving it a firm, responsive feel without weighing it down. The brand hasn't released full details like battery capacity, range, gearing, or weight, but the parts they have revealed hint at a ride focused on smooth, dependable performance. Its look borrows from the world of motorcycles: thick, confident lines, and a stance that feels ready for action. Yet it's clearly still a bicycle at heart. This isn't meant to conquer muddy trails or mountain passes. It's more of a high-end city companion. Equally at home gliding through busy streets or stretching out on a quiet back road. Every bike is put together by hand in Italy, which means each one can be tailored to the rider. Colors, finishes, and components can be chosen to fit personal taste, so no two have to look exactly the same. Beltrami calls their approach art in motion, and it's easy to see why. This is a bike that's meant to say something about the person riding it. Now let's talk about Loopwheels. It starts with a wheel that doesn't just roll over bumps, it works with them. Instead of the usual network of spokes, 3 carbon composite loops sit inside the rim, each wrapped in a plastic sleeve. These loops connect a stiff double-walled aluminum rim to an aluminum hub, letting the hub float when the surface gets rough. That movement takes the sting out of jolts and vibrations before they ever reach the person in the chair. Inside the hub, sealed cartridge bearings keep things spinning smoothly. There are 2 sizes, 24-inch and 25-inch. Both fit standard quick-release pins. The rim's inner width is about 16 millimeters. A single wheel weighs around 1.8 kilograms, and each pair can handle up to 120 kilograms. Tests show they can cut vibration by as much as 70% compared to regular spoked wheels. Springs come in colors from black to bright orange or green. Push rim choices range from standard black aluminum to ergonomic styles like Curve, Tetra Grip, or Gecko, in narrow or wide offsets. A 2024 University of Pittsburgh study backed up the design's impact, linking it to less fatigue and lower risk of pressure sores. Developed with Innovate UK funding, these wheels have made their way worldwide, offering a smoother ride backed by science. The price for 2 25-inch wheels is around $1,450. A good quality electric bike doesn't come cheap, and keeping it in shape can strain your budget. That's why you might want to start with this product instead. It allows you to convert a standard bike into an electric one. It weighs about 14 pounds and doesn't need any tools or complicated setup. Just clamp it onto the seat post, connect the throttle or pedal sensor, and press the power button. Once it's on, you can ride up to 15 miles without pedaling, reaching speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. The built-in battery holds 20,000 mAh and takes around 2 hours to fully charge. All the main parts, including the motor and battery, are packed into the roller that touches the rear wheel. The roller itself is made from a custom rubber-like material that grips the tire without wearing it down too much. A small button on the unit works as both the power switch and a battery indicator. It lights up with a blue LED that blinks faster as the battery runs low. There's also a bright red rear light that turns on automatically when riding at night. It works with most bikes, as long as the seat post is between 22 and 35 millimeters in diameter, and there's enough space under the seat. It fits different wheel sizes too, including BMX and full-size bikes, and can even be used with bikes that have rear suspension. The cost of this product is about $1,000. This is a very specialized, yet extremely practical product. It's a chip designed to bypass the speed limiter on Bosch electric bicycles. Normally, their built-in electronic assistant only supports you up to around 16 miles per hour, after which you need to pedal on your own. With this chip installed, however, you can push your e-bike to speeds of 37 miles per hour, or even higher. It changes the way the bike reads speed, so the motor keeps assisting, as long as you're pedaling. It doesn't change how powerful the motor is, it just removes the speed cap that's built in. It's small, about the size of a pack of cards, and weighs just a few ounces. It works with many Bosch systems like Active Line, Performance Line, and Cargo Line, but not with Bosch's newer Smart System models. Turning it on is pretty simple. If your bike has the walk assist function, pressing it briefly will activate the tuning. If not, you can use a button sequence: minus, plus, minus, plus. When it turns on, the display shows 9.9 kilometers per hour. To turn it off, just repeat the same step. The display will show 2.5 kilometers per hour to let you know it's back to normal. You can also change the speed limit manually by switching through riding modes or turning the back wheel once. For newer Bosch motors made from 2020 onward, there's one extra step. When you're done riding, you need to wait for the screen to show 0.0 kilometers per hour before turning the bike off. This helps avoid the system noticing anything unusual. The price is $182. A British mechanical engineer set out to redesign the traditional bicycle wheel. His creation is a 20-inch wheel equipped with built-in suspension, aimed at making rides smoother and more comfortable. Instead of using spokes, it has a built-in suspension system made up of 3 carbon composite springs. These springs sit between the hub and the rim, and they help absorb bumps and shocks from all directions. The front and rear wheels aren't exactly the same. The rear one is stiffer because it has to handle more force. The hubs are standard size, 10 cm in the front and 17 cm in the back. They use Sturmey Archer drum brake hubs, with the rear hub offering 3 internal gears. The rims come from Germany and the tires are made by Continental, with reflective strips for better visibility. Because of how the hub and rim move slightly when the springs compress, the bike frame needs enough space, at least 26 centimeters from the center of the hub to the fork or frame, for the wheels to fit properly. The suspension system gives about 4.5 centimeters of movement, which helps absorb shocks without needing thick, heavy tires. Since the springs handle most of the impact, you can use regular high-pressure tires and still get a comfortable ride. Many people who try it say they feel less strain during longer rides, and the bike rolls more evenly thanks to the way the springs release energy. The bicycle version costs $300 for the front wheel and $290 for the rear wheel. Manufacturers believe that this square chainring addresses multiple issues simultaneously. Instead of being round or oval, it's shaped with 4 flat sides, almost like a square with rounded corners. North Shore Billet says this design gives the chain more contact with the ring, up to 270 degrees of rotation. That means more teeth are holding the chain at once, which could help prevent the chain from slipping off and allow for smoother pedaling, especially when pushing hard. Even though the ring got a lot of attention, it was never widely sold. If it had gone into production, it would likely be made the same way as NSB's other chain rings. Machined from aluminum, using the same tools and processes, that would make it strong and able to handle repeated use, at least in theory. It would also need to fit standard crank setups, just like any other chain ring. But because the shape isn't round, the spacing between parts of the ring and the rest of the bike would change as it turns, which could make setup tricky. When it first came out in 2018, a lot of people noticed it. NSB even said it was their most talked about idea. But many riders suspect it was more of a joke or design challenge than a real product. It's a bicycle with an upgraded transmission, considered the fastest in the world. The makers of Ceramic Speed Driven chose to move away from the traditional chain, rear derailleur, and cassette system. Instead of a chain, it uses a carbon shaft that runs from the pedals to the rear wheel. On each end of this shaft are special cones filled with small ball bearings. These cones connect to toothed parts on the crank and rear end, allowing power from pedaling to transfer smoothly through rolling contact instead of pulling a chain. Changing gears works differently too. One of the cones moves back and forth along the shaft to switch between gear positions. In the early versions, this movement is powered by a small motor hidden inside the shaft. The prototype version includes 13 different gears and offers a wide gear range of about 376%, which is on par with modern drivetrains. The main goal of this design is to be extremely efficient, over 99% in some tests. That means almost all the energy from pedaling goes into moving the bike forward. It's meant to reduce common energy losses that come from bending chains or spinning small pulley wheels. Compared to some of the best chain systems on the market, this setup may cut friction by nearly half. Each year, more people choose the bicycle as their main way of getting around. Still, with the large number of cars on the road, cycling at night isn't always safe. Bike lights offer a simple yet effective solution, as they greatly improve visibility and overall safety. The front beam shines up to 400 lumens with a clear white light, helping the rider see what's ahead. The second beam points downward and gives off 150 lumens in a neat rectangular shape, lighting up the ground around the bike. This setup helps other road users spot the rider from different angles, not just the front or back. The light has 5 different modes that can be changed with one button. It runs for a good amount of time on a single charge, with only a small drop in performance in freezing weather. Mounting the light is simple. It comes with a strong, flexible silicone strap that wraps securely under the handlebars or around the bike's stem. It's designed to be easy to put on and take off, even in the dark. A spare strap is included just in case. The ding fits most bike types, including bikes with wide, flat handlebars, and has been tested both on city roads and rugged trails. Riders who tried it out even used 2 at once for extra brightness, and said it held up well on bumpy terrain. You can buy the device starting at $70. This compact smart camera is mounted beneath the bicycle seat and can stream everything happening behind the rider directly to the phone's screen via Wi-Fi. It measures about 4.5 by 4.7 by 2.2 inches and weighs just less than 13 ounces. Inside, it packs a full HD rear camera, brake and turn lights, crash detection sensors, and a wireless connection to your phone. The camera records at 1080p with an option for 720p and can also take still photos. It stores video on a micro SD card and automatically saves the moments before a crash so they don't get lost. A 6000 mAh battery powers the system for around 3 hours when everything's running, and some versions allow for extra battery modules. Once connected to a smartphone, the device streams live video through an app, turning the phone into a rear-view mirror. The app also shows your speed, distance, and location, and it can live stream your ride if you want. The turn signals work through a small remote attached to the handlebars. When you brake, the built-in sensors automatically brighten the red tail lights to alert drivers behind you. If the device detects a crash and the rider doesn't respond within about 10 seconds, it sends a text alert with GPS location to emergency contacts. There's also a manual SOS button. This is the first folding bicycle trailer in the world, or at least that's what its inventors believe. They claim it marks a new step in urban mobility. In under 10 seconds, it turns into a full trailer. The loading area is about 16 by 24 inches, and it can carry up to 88 pounds. It's easy to open and close using 2 simple handles, and it locks into place automatically, whether it's folded or opened. The trailer includes a rectangular bag that fits up to 2 crates of drinks. It keeps your stuff dry in the rain, and it has reflectors for better visibility at night. You can lift it out by the handle and take it straight into a store or your home. The design connects to most bikes using a mount that works with different types of axles. A second part connects to the seat tube to keep the folded trailer steady while riding without cargo. The connection system is simple. The trailer locks into place automatically when it's attached and won't come loose while you ride. At the same time, you can remove it fast when you're done. There's also a lock that helps keep the trailer secure when it's parked. This setup is helpful for people who want to carry more without switching to a big cargo bike. When you don't need it, the trailer stays out of the way. When you do, it's ready to use in seconds. The trailer costs $564 without the bag and $632 with the bag. Pikaboost transforms a regular bike into an electric one in under a minute. No tools needed. It's powered by a 250-watt motor with a 500-watt peak, letting you cruise up to 25 kilometers per hour within legal speed limits. It fits most bikes with seat tubes between 25 to 35 millimeters and wheel sizes from 14 to 29 inches. You get two battery options. A 158 watt-hours version offering up to 50 kilometers of range, and a 200 watt-hours version stretching that to 70 kilometers. Charging is quick via USB-C, about 3 hours for the smaller battery, 4 for the larger one. Both batteries can double as power banks, delivering up to 100 watt output to keep your devices charged on the go. One of the smartest features is the Automatic Adaptive Rate 2.0 system, which adjusts motor assistance based on how you're riding. No manual switch is needed. It just knows. There are 4 modes: Assist, Cruise, Workout, and Standby, all accessible through a handlebar remote or the mobile app. The app also tracks your ride data and keeps the firmware up to date. For safety, the system includes fall detection. If it tilts more than 30 degrees, it cuts power. At over 60 degrees, it sends an SOS alert. It's rated IP66, meaning rain and road spray aren't a problem. A built-in LED taillight adds visibility, and regenerative braking helps top up your battery on the go. At $599, it's a solid price for what feels like a total bike upgrade. Imagine riding your bike and getting all your performance data, navigation cues, and safety alerts without ever looking down. That's exactly what the Cybersight Guardian HUD glasses do. They put key information directly in your line of sight. No glancing at your watch or cycling computer. Just look ahead, and it's all there. These glasses weigh just 39 grams, but pack in serious tech. They use waveguide HUD projection to display speed, heart rate, cadence, power, and directions in green text at up to 1,500 nits of brightness, clearly visible in broad daylight. The polarized photochromic lenses adjust automatically to lighting conditions, and the IP54 rating offers protection from dust and water. With Bluetooth 5.3, the Guardian connects to your smartphone, Apple Watch, and all the usual BLE cycling sensors. It's compatible with both iOS and Android. The built-in AI assistant monitors your performance and gives feedback in real time, alerting you if your heart rate maxes out or your cadence drops too low. Battery life runs up to 8 hours, and recharging takes about an hour via USB-C. Pair it with a smart helmet or radar tail light, and the glasses will also show turn signals or warn you about cars approaching from behind. The heads-up display can be customized to show as much or as little info as you want. You can control the interface with a compact handlebar remote, so your hands never leave the bars. At a price of $459, the Cybersight Guardian HUD glasses bring a heads-up advantage to road, trail, or city riding. For cyclists who love to venture off the beaten path, the Extra Wheel Voyager Pro bike trailer offers a reliable solution for carrying gear without compromising ride quality. Weighing in at 1.9 kilograms for the frame with mudguard and 2 kilograms for the wheel, this trailer is designed to be lightweight yet sturdy. Its compact length of 85 centimeters ensures maneuverability, making it suitable for both city commutes and rugged terrains. It comes equipped with a 26 22.1 inches Schwalbe Smart SAM tire, or a 28.75 inches Schwalbe Land Cruiser Plus tire, Shimano axle, ride rim, and 32 SAPIM liter stainless steel spokes. This setup not only provides a smooth ride, but also serves as a spare wheel in case of emergencies. One of the standout features of the Voyager Pro is its ability to reduce the strain on the bicycle's rear wheel compared to traditional panniers. This design choice not only increases the lifespan of the bike's components, but also enhances stability by lowering the center of gravity. Additionally, the trailer's short length facilitates easier mounting and dismounting, and its design ensures that heels do not catch on panniers while riding. Priced at approximately $299, it offers a balance of durability and functionality. Its construction from thin-walled steel, stainless steel, and plastic ensures longevity, and the inclusion of a 70 centimeters extra wheel flag enhances visibility on the road. Ever been riding in low light and wished your rear light could do just a bit more? The Lezyne laser drive does exactly that, and then some. It's not just another blinking taillight. This one adds laser lines on the road to create a virtual bike lane behind you, making your presence impossible to ignore. Right out of the box, it feels solid and well thought out. The light kicks out up to 250 lumens, bright enough to be seen in traffic even during early evening hours. You get 11 modes to choose from, including flashing, pulse, and the standout, laser mode. 2 red laser lines project on either side of your bike, giving drivers a clear boundary to respect. Mounting is easy. The rubber strap fits most seat posts and holds steady even over rough pavement. Carrying extra gear on a bike often means dealing with bulky racks or awkward setups. The CargoMate offers a streamlined solution, a front rack that attaches to your handlebars in just 30 seconds, without the need for tools. When not in use, it detaches just as easily, restoring your bike's clean look. Weighing only 670 grams, it is constructed from a tubular stainless steel frame, ensuring strength without adding significant weight. It can support up to 5 kilograms of cargo, making it suitable for daily commutes or quick errands. The rack features a waterproof fabric platform and a 6-point bungee system to secure your items. Its universal mounting system, utilizing rubberized hooks and adjustable straps, ensures compatibility with most upright bicycles. Customization is a key aspect of the CargoMate. Available in polished silver or semi-matte black, it offers 6 fabric colors and 9 bungee cord options, allowing you to match the rack to your bike's aesthetics. Optional accessories like lashing straps and carabiners further enhance its functionality. Currently featured on Kickstarter, the CargoMate is available for a pledge of €69, offering a discount from its planned retail price of €99. Learning to jump on a mountain bike can be intimidating, especially without access to suitable terrain. The MTB Hopper Coach addresses this challenge by providing a portable, adjustable solution for riders at all skill levels. Weighing 15.2 kilograms, the coach ramp is designed for easy transport and quick assembly, taking approximately 5 minutes to set up. When unfolded, it measures 790 millimeters in height, 490 millimeters in width, and 2,000 millimeters in depth, 20 millimeters in length. Its foldable design reduces its size to 870 millimeters by 490 millimeters, making it convenient to carry and store. The ramp supports a maximum weight of 130 kilograms, accommodating most riders. The coach ramp features 5 adjustable positions to cater to various training needs. These configurations allow riders to progress from basic maneuvers to more advanced tricks, such as backflips. The ramp's adjustable legs and truss construction provide stability on uneven surfaces, enhancing safety during use. And the price around $569. Tired of tripping over your bike or having it clutter your living space? The Stas Dock Happy Black wall mount offers a sleek solution to store your bicycle and gear efficiently, turning your bike into a functional piece of decor. Crafted in the Netherlands, this wall-mounted rack is made from durable steel with a high-quality powder-coated finish, ensuring longevity and a modern aesthetic. Its dimensions are 35 by 35 by 35 centimeters, and it supports bikes up to 15 kilograms, accommodating handlebar widths up to 73 centimeters. The interior features precision cut, water-resistant foam to protect your bike's frame from scratches. Additionally, the design includes compartments for storing your helmet, shoes, glasses, and CO2 cartridges, keeping all your cycling essentials in one organized spot. Installation is easy, with all necessary mounting materials and a drill template included. However, it's important to note that the provided hardware is suitable for wooden or brick walls. For other wall types, additional mounting kits may be required. Priced at around $135. Suspension can make or break a ride, especially when you're pushing limits on technical terrain. The Fox Float X2 is built for riders who demand more than just cushion. It's for those who want total control over every millimeter of movement. This isn't your average rear shock. The Fox Float X2 features a high-volume air spring and a four-way adjustable damper system that lets you dial in high and low-speed compression as well as rebound. That means you can fine-tune your setup to soak up chunky descents without giving up support on climbs or mid-travel control during big hits. Inside, Fox uses its patented variable valve control for both high-speed rebound and compression. The result is more sensitivity where you want it, and better support when things get rowdy. Riders who've spent time on it talk about the difference immediately. Traction improves, brake chatter gets muted, and the bike just feels more planted. Installation is fairly standard for modern full suspension bikes, and it's available in a range of sizes to fit a variety of frames. The updated Air can design reduces overall weight and bulk, while still providing a plush feel over long runs. And the external adjusters are easy to reach and responsive. Perfect for trailside tweaks between laps. It will cost you $699. Mid-ride mechanicals can be a pain, especially if your toolkit is buried deep in a backpack, or worse, forgotten at home. That's why this toolkit exists. It hides inside your bike's steerer tube, so it's always with you, right where you need it, without adding clutter or rattling around in your frame. This clever little system weighs just 159 grams and includes a two-way ratchet wrench plus 9 essential tool bits. 2mm through 8mm hex, T25, and a long PH1 bit that doubles as a handle extension. It's enough to handle most common on-trail fixes, from tightening a loose stem bolt to making brake or derailleur adjustments. What makes it really smart is the spring-loaded access. A quick push from underneath the head tube pops the ratchet out, ready to go. You don't need to fumble through a saddlebag or take off your hydration pack, just grab and wrench. The tool and bits stay secure and silent inside the housing, even on rough terrain. To install, you simply remove your fork's star nut and insert the housing into the steerer tube. It's designed to work with tapered alloy steerer tubes and is compatible with most modern forks, including Fox 36/38 and RockShox Pike and Lyric. The kit retails for around $69.99 and feels like one of those upgrades that just makes life easier. The Mahle M40 mid-drive motor is designed for e-mountain bike. It delivers 250 watts of continuous power and peaks at 850 watts. Rider support reaches up to 400%, with assistance capping out at the legal limit of 25 km per hour. Weighing just 2.5 kilograms, it manages all this without dragging the bike down. The system runs on a 48-volt setup and offers two battery options: the 534 watt-hour and the larger 800 watt-hour. Both fit inside the frame and share a modular shape, but they need specific adapters to swap between them. Charging uses a dedicated unit and reaches 80% in under 3 hours. The motor's responsiveness is helped by a disc-mounted speed sensor that reacts to movement within just a few centimeters. Power delivery is smooth, thanks to a mount system that limits vibration. There are also helpful features like hill brake, which holds the bike steady on climbs, and motor dynamic, giving a short power boost even after you stop pedaling. Control comes via the head unit, a 1.9-inch display that can mount on the top tube, handlebar, or stem. For more, it pairs with the wireless Trio remote, a simple 3-button controller. The Cyclotron doesn't look, or ride, like any ordinary bike. Its most striking feature? Hubless, spokeless wheels wrapped in solid polymer tires that never need air and can go more than 6,000 miles without a puncture. The hollowed-out wheel space doubles as storage, with modular compartments that can carry groceries, gear, or even a child seat called the Wingman. Its frame is made from carbon fiber composite in a monologue design, shaped to cut wind and keep things lean. There are no visible cables. Everything from the drivetrain to the battery and brakes is tucked neatly inside. The e-gear version goes a step further, with an 18-speed electronic gearbox that shifts in less than 0.2 seconds, without a traditional chain in sight. LED rings glow from inside the wheels and stay lit for up to 8 hours, powered by a self-charging lithium battery. Rear lasers beam out virtual bike lanes, and light sensors kick things on automatically when it gets dark. The bike links to a mobile app via Bluetooth, letting riders track speed, cadence, heart rate, distance, and calories. The app also offers GPS navigation, ride analysis, theft alerts, crash detection, and battery monitoring. It all started on Kickstarter, and the price starts at over $1,000, which feels pretty reasonable for all these innovations. Urban mobility usually comes down to trade-offs: comfort or control, stability or speed. The Trisfix doesn't really play by those rules. With its unique dual front wheel tilting system, it handles more like a bike than a trike, letting each front wheel lean up to 30 degrees while still feeling stable. When stopped, it locks into an upright position, so there's no need to put a foot down for a kickstand at every light. It uses a 3-speed internal gearbox. The chain is rust-resistant, and braking comes from mechanical V-brakes. The wheels are small but strong, 20 inches at the back and 16 at the front. Power comes from a rear hub motor, 250 watt standard, with a temporary boost up to 500 watts. It also uses regenerative braking, activated by backpedaling, to stretch out the range. The built-in battery holds between 160 and 173 watt-hours, giving about 30 to 40 kilometers per charge and topping up in around 3 hours. You can connect the motor to an app to adjust settings or track your ride, and an optional remote button lets you trigger boost when you need it, and sells for $3,285. Acer's EBI doesn't try to look like every other e-bike, and that's the point. At just over 23 kilograms, it's compact but fully equipped with features aimed at daily city riders who want something efficient. It runs on a 250-watt motor, giving pedal assist up to 25 kilometers per hour. The 460 watt-hour battery is hidden in the center EBII box, and it charges in about 2.5 hours and offers up to 110 kilometers of range. The frame fits riders between 145 and 185 centimeters and can handle up to 120 kilograms of total weight. Instead of traditional gears, it uses a single-speed carbon belt drive, quiet, clean, and maintenance-free. The 20-inch tires are foam-filled, meaning no flats, ever. The front fork is single-sided, which cuts some weight and adds a unique look. Up front, the handlebar has a simple LED display for ride stats and alerts, and a phone mount is included. You can even use the bike's battery to charge your devices on the go. What really sets EBII apart is how it learns from the rider. The onboard AI adjusts power output based on how hard you pedal, the terrain, and your preferred riding style. You control it all through the EBGO app, which also gives real-time speed, distance, GPS tracking, crash alerts, and even locks or unlocks the bike based on proximity. It's also packed with smart safety tools. Built-in lights switch on automatically when it gets dark. A radar sensor watches for cars coming up behind you, and you'll get alerts if the bike is tampered with or moved unexpectedly. The price is $5,000. This electric cargo bike feels solid thanks to its sturdy aluminum low-step frame that's about over 2 meters long and weighs around 50 kilograms. It can handle a total load of up to 250 kilograms, including riders and cargo, making it a serious option for carrying heavy stuff or kids. The heart of the bike is a Bosch motor, which delivers a strong 85 Newton meters of torque. You can choose from 3 battery sizes from 400 to 800 watt-hour, which offer different ranges depending on how hard you ride, from about 25 kilometers on the highest power setting up to 120 kilometers on the most efficient. Charging times vary, but generally take a few hours. Shifting gears is smooth and quiet with the Enviolo stepless hub and a Gates belt drive, which means no chain noise. The brakes are hydraulic discs with ABS on the front wheel for better control. You can go with a rigid front fork or add a suspension fork to soften bumps on rough roads. The cargo area has a tough composite box that seats 2 kids safely, with high sides and a step to help them get in easily. The bike stays steady when parked thanks to a strong twin-leg kickstand. It also comes with built-in lights, reflective stickers, and an upright riding position to keep you visible. And the price reflects that at $6,000. Imagine combining the experience of cycling with the full-body workout of cross-country skiing. That's essentially what the Verabike brings to you. This isn't your everyday bike. It engages both your arms and legs, transforming ordinary rides into training sessions. It weighs only 15 kilograms, and both the arm and leg cranks operate independently, allowing you the flexibility to cycle traditionally using just your legs, pedal with only your arms, or combine both movements in either synchronized rowing or alternating styles. Steering the FR3 feels natural, using a lean-to-steer pivot that keeps you balanced, helped by springs that stabilize the ride, steel for road conditions, and rubber for off-road trails. Braking relies primarily on a front disc brake, with the option to add an additional brake if preferred. Tire choices adapt to your ride. Fat 29 by 3-inch tires tackle rough terrain, while slimmer 28 by 2-inch tires cater to smoother roads. The FR3 can also be equipped with practical extras such as mud guards, lights, and a cargo rack supporting up to 40 kilograms, making it eligible for subsidies in many areas. It even supports customized setups tailored to racing, touring, mountain biking, or rehabilitation purposes. Photon Bike stands out with its unique glow-in-the-dark frame that blends daytime style with nighttime visibility. Available in vibrant phosphorescent shades such as Mint Glow Stick, Glowberry, Arctic Glow, and Glacier Glow, as well as subtle non-glowing options like Abyss Black and Liquid Titanium. It suits a wide range of tastes. Powered by a strong 350-watt motor, delivering around 85 Nm of torque, the Photon handles hills with ease and achieves speeds of 25 to 28 miles per hour, depending on your chosen settings. The neatly integrated 48-volt Samsung battery fits seamlessly into the frame, offering a riding range of approximately 40 to 50 miles per charge and recharging fully in about 6 hours. The bike's minimalist control layout includes a single multifunction button for power, battery indicators, and 3 pedal assist levels, along with a convenient thumb throttle for added boost whenever needed. Adjustments for comfort are easy, and riders can configure the bike as Class 1 pedal assist only, Class 2 pedal assist plus throttle, or Class 3 pedal assist only, up to 28 miles per hour. The price starts from $1,200. You've got a bike. You need to carry things. But you don't want a clunky crate slowing you down. That's where the Alpaca one comes in handy. Weighing just 2.5 kilograms, it stays mounted on your bike, folded flat, and out of the way until you need it. Then, with one quick motion, it flips open into a full-size cargo box, 59 centimeters wide, 18 high, and ready to hold up to 20 kilograms of whatever you're hauling, whether that's groceries, gym gear, or a crate of drinks. When folded, it's just 26 centimeters wide and almost disappears into the bike's profile. It fits securely onto most standard racks using 4 anti-theft bolts. Inside, there are bungee points and tie-down straps to keep your stuff in place, plus small side pockets for things like reusable bags. Even when it's folded, you can still hang panniers from built-in hooks. No need to detach anything. The panels are made from weather-resistant, partly recycled plastic, and come from a small production setup in Germany. And if a panel wears out, you can replace just that part, instead of tossing the whole thing. There's a clear logic behind the design. It's meant to be used daily without getting in the way. You can leave it on your bike permanently and forget about it until you need it. Then it's ready in under a second. Back in late 2024, it raised over $160,000 on Kickstarter, well beyond its original goal. And it's easy to see why. It costs $103. Reliable charging doesn't have to be complicated. The Lionbox offers a smart way to power e-bike and even e-scooter batteries directly on the frame. Each model supplies 42-volt DC and keeps energy use low with over 90% efficiency and less than 1 watt standby draw. Designed to handle extreme temperatures, they're tough enough for daily use and everything runs off a regular socket. No rewiring needed. The Lionbox S is the most compact in the line. It offers 1 charging point and comes with a 3-plug splitter that covers most major battery systems like Bosch, Shimano, Yamaha, and Rosenberger. It's only 5 centimeters deep and mounts flat on the wall, keeping things tidy and out of the way. For those needing more, the BoxMax has 2 DC charging points, plus a 3rd outlet for another device. It includes 2 splitters and can charge 2 bikes while powering a 3rd item at the same time. Then there's the Box X, which builds on the Max but expands support to e-scooters too. Each charging port can connect to up to 4 plugs. The housing uses less material than earlier versions and includes cable holders to keep things organized. It's also ready for the future. If plug types change, only the cable modules need replacing. Price starts at $958 for basic version. Learning to ride a bike is a big moment for any kid, and the gyro bike set out to make that process a whole lot easier. Aimed at children between 3 and 8 years old, it came in 2 sizes, 12-inch and 16-inch wheels. What set it apart is its front wheel. Inside is a fast-spinning flywheel powered by a small motor. That spinning mass acted like a gyroscope, helping keep the bike upright even when it was barely moving. The idea was to take the fear out of those first wobbly rides. The bike has a simple, single-speed setup and regular pedals. Stopping it is handled by high. Shimano hydraulic brakes, which are unusual on bikes for this age group. Parents could control how much balance assistance the flywheel gave using a wireless remote, gradually turning the help down as their child got more confident. While the battery life wasn't specified in detail, it was meant to last through typical practice sessions. The tech behind it wasn't just for show. The spinning flywheel followed the same principles that keep helicopters and satellites steady. When the bike leaned, the system reacted by steering slightly in the direction of the tilt, helping the rider stay balanced without even thinking about it. Originally dreamed up by engineering students at Dartmouth College, the concept won a Popular Mechanics Award before being picked up by a UK developer and rebranded in 2013. Its Kickstarter campaign in 2014 drew strong support, raising nearly double its target. It was available for $129. When winter hits and the trails turn white, most bikes get parked. But the K-Track changes that. It lets you turn an ordinary mountain bike into something that can handle snow. The setup is simple. The back wheel gets swapped for a 26-inch track system, made of reinforced nylon with 3 thick rubber tracks that bite into snow and sand. Up front, a ski takes the place of the front wheel, helping the bike stay on top of deep snow, while keeping the steering smooth. It fits most mountain bikes with 26-inch wheels, including suspension models, and even some 29ers. You don't need mechanical skills to install it. Just a few minutes, and you're ready to switch between seasons. The kit also comes with a basic 6-speed cassette. Out on the trail, the difference is clear. Where regular tires spin and sink, the K-Track setup moves forward. The rear track gives solid grip and momentum, even on icy climbs or soft powder. The front ski helps with balance and control, especially when turning or tackling uneven ground. The ride feels different, and yes, it adds weight, but it also opens up places a regular bike just can't go in winter. For just $529, you get a ski for the front and a track for the rear with this setup. Mad Bicycles is rewriting the playbook on bike design. Every custom build is a rolling masterpiece. They turn ideas, sometimes wild ones, into real working machines. Everything starts with the frame, welded by hand from aluminum or steel, shaped to fit the rider's vision. Nothing is off limits. Want a wheel with 144 spokes? They'll lace it. Need a specific rim width, hub setup, or chainring design? That's part of the process. Drivetrains can be single-speed or geared, built from the ground up. Brakes, hydraulic or mechanical, are often worked straight into the design. And if it's electric, they'll hide the battery so well, you'll wonder how it moves at all. The bikes themselves range from aggressive to elegant. The Spike Mark 7 is bold and built to make an impact. The Claw Mankey 3 is more precise, like it's tuned for sharp moves. The Vituro Mankey 2 takes an older design and sharpens it up. And then there's the e-Vixen, a bike that adds electric power without watering anything down. But MAD really comes into its own with the one-offs. Bikes that glow in the dark, are covered in gold, or somehow ride even though they're made from ice or carved wood. No two builds are alike. It always starts with an idea, a sketch, a mood, a half-formed thought. The team works from there, shaping not just the frame, but the details. Pedals, badges, bars, the little things that usually get ignored. Even the handlebars might fold or twist if that's what the idea demands. It's not often a bike tire changes the way you think about riding, but Retire 1 does exactly that. At its core is a smooth, clincher-style base tire that comes in standard sizes from 26 to 29 inch. What sets it apart is the outer skin system. Zip-on treads that lets you switch from pavement to gravel to snow in under a minute. The base tire is made from about 90% natural rubber and weighs around 550 grams, depending on the bead type. Each skin adds roughly 650 grams, so the full setup comes in at around 1,200 grams per wheel. It's a bit heavier than typical tires, and you'll feel that on long climbs or if you're used to a lighter setup. The skins add about 5 millimeters to the total width. Once zipped on, the skins stay put. You might notice a little side-to-side flex on your first few corners, but it settles quickly. The Urban Winter version comes with 156 metal studs and needs about 25 kilometers of easy riding to seat fully. All-terrain and Trail X skins give you grip for gravel or trail use, depending on how rough things get. Retire 1 is made in Norway and sells for $79. This bike doesn't just take you places, it lets you mess with how you get there. The Helyx isn't built around speed or distance, it's built around control. With a dual steering system, both the front and rear wheels can turn, either together or independently. You can lock or unlock each using quick release handles on the bars, switching between standard ride mode and a more unpredictable, trick-ready setup. It's a shift you can feel immediately, and one that opens up a ton of new possibilities. It rolls on 20-inch aluminum rims, and both wheels are fitted with V-brakes for solid stopping. The seat and handlebars adjust easily with quick release posts, and the bike's footprint lands at about 63 inches long and 40 inches wide. It takes a lot of cues from BMX bikes in terms of look and feel, but riding it is something else entirely. Lock the rear bar, and you're on familiar ground. It behaves like a regular bike. But the moment you unlock both wheels, things get interesting. You can pivot, spin, carve sharp turns. Moves you wouldn't expect from a bike without hours of practice. It's easy enough for a beginner to hop on and ride, but learning how to actually use the dual steer setup well, that's where the fun really lives. It asks for more from the rider, and gives a lot back if you're into the idea of mastering something new. It also looks sharp, with bold frame curves and color options like black, blue, or green. The price for this bike is $363. Most seat posts don't do much beyond holding your saddle in place. The Kinect Carbon seat post takes a different approach. It actually helps your ride feel smoother, especially when the road gets rough. It uses a carbon post connected to an aluminum cradle with stainless steel hardware, IGUS bushings, and urethane elastomers. What makes it special is the dual spring system. It gives you up to 35 millimeters of movement, both up and down and front to back, and you can adjust how firm or soft it feels using a simple dial. You can also swap out the springs to match your weight. Depending on the model, it weighs between 521 and 587 grams. And there are two spring ranges, LR for riders between 36 and 82 kilograms, and XR for those up to 145 kilograms. On the road, it softens the ride noticeably. Potholes, gravel, and surface chatter don't hit as hard. It also helps keep your upper body more relaxed and your rear wheel in better contact with the ground. Seat post costs around $457. The BG-X Mini takes the bold look of a chopper and shrinks it down into something way more manageable. With its low-slung aluminum frame and wide handlebars, it keeps that classic cruiser vibe, just in a size that fits everyday use. The fat 4.0 by 16-inch tires grip well on pavement, gravel, and even a few light trails, giving the ride a steady, confident feel. Power comes from a 500-watt rear motor, enough to get moving quickly and handle most hills. Its 13 ampere-hour battery can push out over 20 miles on a single charge and takes around 6 to 7 hours to top up. The suspension uses shorter shocks to match its compact frame, keeping the ride smooth without trying to overdo it. Weighing in at about 65 pounds, the Mini is easy to handle for teens and adults alike. The cockpit setup is easy. Just a throttle, speedometer, odometer, and trip meter. The battery locks in securely and pops out for charging when needed. Setup is mostly done out of the box, and the included videos and manuals help fill in the rest. People who've ridden it tend to praise its smooth ride, easy handling, and head-turning design. It costs $1,100. This full suspension trail and enduro bike takes a different approach. Instead of relying on a derailleur, it runs a 9-speed gearbox sealed inside the frame and able to shift while pedaling hard, or even at a stop. Riders can go with either a standard chain or a Gates carbon belt drive, both supported by the same frame. It's made entirely in France and is aluminum front to back. Fully equipped, it weighs about 37.5 pounds. While that's on the heavier side, most riders say the low center of gravity makes the bike feel well balanced. Suspension travel in the rear can be adjusted between 158, 164, or 176 millimeters by changing shock spacers. The front typically runs a 160 or 170 millimeters fork, though some builds push it to 200 millimeters. The suspension design places the gearbox low and centered, using a 4-bar layout with a high pivot and an idler pulley to keep things stable while pedaling. That setup also avoids issues with chain growth, making it possible to use a belt drive with no extra hardware. It's hard to look at this bike and not feel a little awe. Sitting on Canyon's Torque CF carbon frame, it's a machine designed to meet extreme demands while reflecting the personality of the rider it was built for. The frame includes a flip-chip geometry system that lets the head tube and seat tube angles shift by plus or minus 0.5 degree, and the bottom bracket height adjust by 8 millimeters. That means it can be tuned for the terrain at hand, whether it's steep technical lines or high-speed descents. Suspension comes from Öhlins, front and rear. Coil shock compatibility adds traction over rough rock gardens. This is a Category 5 frame, meaning it can take downhill World Cup level punishment, backed by rubber protection on the down tube, seat stay, and chainstay to keep rock strikes and chain slap from becoming an issue. DT Swiss wheels handle the rolling duties, while details suggest Magura brakes, a Canyon G5 cockpit, and Pirelli Scorpion tires, all of which match the aggressive nature of the build. But this isn't something you can walk into a store and buy. It's a one-off creation for Fabio Wibmer, part of Canyon's My Canyon Icons of Custom series. The project started with one simple goal: give Wibmer a bike that could survive enormous drops, frozen descents, and the chaos of the Strife slope. And then there's the look: bright, bold, and impossible to miss. It's as much a personal statement as it is a high-performance ride, a rare example of engineering and artistry meeting in the same frame. Milled from a single block of aluminum, these pedals managed to come in 23% lighter, wider, and stronger. A reinforced spindle takes care of higher loads without flinching, and the platform itself measures 10 centimeters long, 10 wide, and 16 high. Weight depends on magnet strength, about 447 grams. The double-sided magnetic system means you can clip in from either side, with 150 newtons best suited for riders, up to 80 kilograms and 200 newtons for heavier riders, or anyone wanting maximum grip. Magnets and shoe plates can be swapped out, so the setup can change as your needs do. The switch pin system includes up to 50 steel pins in two lengths, 9 and 11 millimeters, giving plenty of room. A common setup is 4 longer pins at the front and shorter ones surrounding the magnet to match the shoe sole's contact points. The pedals work with SPD-style 2-hole shoes that have flat, fine, or medium-coarse tread patterns. In the box, you'll find metallic shoe plates, 2 screw lengths for the magnets, and an Allen key to get started. On the trail, the magnets keep your feet planted through climbs, rough sections, and steep descents. There's no twisting to get free, just a sideways or upward movement, which feels quick and intuitive. Your feet can still rotate naturally, with almost unlimited float, so there's no locked-in stiffness. Without delicate mechanical parts, the pedals keep working in mud, snow, or ice, though giving them a clean after a hard ride is still necessary. A pair of MagPed pedals sells for $181. Some bikes just take you places. Others invite you to go further, to stay longer, and to enjoy the ride as much as the destination. That's what Q45 seems to be all about. It's a recumbent touring bike that supports both distance and comfort. At the center of it is a folding aluminum swing arm frame, paired with a unique front-wheel drive system that gives a solid boost on climbs, all while keeping you in a relaxed, seated position. Its frame geometry, featuring a 114 centimeters wheelbase and an overall length of about 179 centimeters. The rear suspension has a 165 millimeters travel coil shock, which takes the edge off rough roads and gravel stretches. Up front, a damped headset helps keep the steering smooth, especially when the bike is fully loaded. The gearing setup is simple but effective. A 1x11 microshift drivetrain with a 42-tooth chainring and an 11 to 42-tooth cassette. The resin seat is well-shaped, padded, and adjustable, so you can tweak your riding position for long hours in the saddle. It's designed to fit a range of body sizes, from 5 feet 1 inch to 6 feet 4 inches, and has plenty of mounting points for racks and bags. At about 33 pounds, it's not light, but it's solid. The Q45 is available for $3,697. Most watercraft wobbles. This one doesn't. The Bike Boat Up stays steady thanks to its twin inflatable pontoons arranged in a catamaran setup. It's not flashy, just balanced, solid, and ready to move. The frame keeps it surprisingly manageable in weight, about 19 kilograms for the standard, 21 for the big, and 34 kilograms for the tandem. There's also a hydrodynamic fairing that cuts down resistance in the water, and a retractable rudder that makes turning easy. Pedaling is really easy. Just hop on and start moving. There's no gear shifting to think about. Want to reverse? Pedal backward. It tops out around 16 kilometers per hour, quick enough to feel fun, but never frantic. The upright seat feels familiar, and the adjustable setup fits most people. When it's time to pack it in, the whole thing folds into an 80 by 46 centimeters bag. It can carry between 120 and 220 kilograms, depending on the version. Setup takes less than 5 minutes. It fits in most car trunks and doesn't take over your garage. Out on the water, it's silent except for the splash of the pontoons. It doesn't matter if you've never ridden anything like it. There's no balancing act to master. You just get on and go. Whether you're cruising solo, bringing gear, or riding with a partner, it moves with surprising ease. The price is $3,768. The all-new BG3 isn't built for the timid. Hitting up to 45 kilometers per hour, it turns the city streets into your personal fast lane. Power comes from a 17.5 ampere-hour battery that can go more than 27 miles before needing a charge. Since the battery can be removed, charging it away from the bike is simple, whether that's at home or works. Its 4.0-inch by 20-inch fat tires is a big part of the ride quality. The chunky tread grips everything from smooth pavement to loose gravel, and it softens rough spots so the bike doesn't rattle you around. The frame design works for both teens and adults, offering a comfortable riding position. Out on the road, the motor's punch is most noticeable when pulling away from a stop. The advertised range is realistic for mixed riding, though speed, terrain, and how much you pedal all play a role in how far you'll actually get. The BG03 hits a nice sweet spot. Quick, steady, and fun to ride, with enough range to cover daily commutes or weekend routes. The bike sells for $1,000. It folds like nothing else. 2 circular aluminum rings make up the frame, and in just a few seconds, the entire bike collapses in on itself into something about the size of a backpack, 41 by 15 by 51 centimeters. It weighs around 10 kilograms, has 12-inch wheels, and a 94 centimeters wheelbase. Power comes from a brushless hub motor hidden inside the wheels, paired with a sealed battery that gives you up to 19 kilometers of range and charges in roughly 2 hours. Top speed hits about 24 kilometers per hour, and braking is handled magnetically, with no pads or cables involved. What makes it really interesting is how fast and neatly it folds up. You can go from riding to carrying in seconds. It fits easily under a desk, on a train, or in a small closet. There are no pedals, no gears, just a simple throttle to go and a handle input to slow down. Because it's fully electric, once the battery runs out, you'll either need to push it or carry it. It's clearly meant for smooth city streets and short trips, not rough roads or long journeys. The small wheels can struggle with bumps, and the limited range means it's best for people who know their daily route and don't need to go far. That said, there's a clear logic to its design. The sealed components help reduce maintenance, and the fold-up frame makes it easy to live with if space is tight. It is available on Kickstarter starting at $595. The Echo Pro is a next-generation helmet. With just 2 button presses, it automatically adjusts to fit the shape of your head. It comes in 2 sizes: small, 50 to 57 centimeters, 470 grams, and large, 56 to 63 centimeters, 500 grams, and keeps a low profile, 22 centimeters deep, 15 tall, and up to 20 wide. Vents are thoughtfully placed to keep things comfortable, while the padding is washable and easy to replace. The way it fits is different from most helmets. Instead of twisting a dial, you push a hidden mechanism that tightens the shell around your head evenly. It clicks into place, snug but not overbearing. 2 buttons at the back let you loosen it quickly. One of its smarter features is a built-in brake light that reacts when you slow down. It uses an accelerometer to brighten automatically. A full USB-C charge takes an hour and gives you about 6.5 hours of ride time with the light on. You can get Echo Pro for $112. Not many electric bikes turn heads quite like the A1 Pro. Underneath its futuristic frame is a rear hub motor pushing 1,200 watts, peaking at 2,500 with up to 100 Nm of torque. That's enough to climb steep hills or take off fast. In road legal Class 3 mode, it tops out at 28 miles per hour. Unlock it, and it'll push up to 36 miles per hour. The power comes from a 48 volts, 40 amp hours, packed with Samsung cells. It claims up to 150 miles with pedal assist or 88 on throttle only, though range depends on how you ride. Charging it fully takes 8 to 10 hours using the included 5 amp charger. At 123 pounds, it's no featherweight, but that heft brings stability. The aluminum frame is centered on a thick top tube and vertical core that hides the crank and monoshock. Up front, there's a 120mm inverted suspension fork, and in back, a coilover shock built into the frame. It rolls on 20 by 4-inch fat tires. Braking is solid, thanks to 4-piston hydraulic discs. For more, the belt drive keeps things quiet and smooth without any chain maintenance. A 5.5-inch touchscreen keeps ride data visible in sunlight. Modes range from fully street legal to unrestricted throttle for off-road use. The connected app unlocks features like GPS, anti-theft alerts, and ride tracking. It fits riders between 1.65 and 1.95 meters tall, supports up to 150 kilograms. And as for the price, it starts at $5,000 on eBay. eBilly lifts a bike to full height in just 6 seconds. Moving at 10 centimeters per second, it's the fastest electric stand in its category, with the strength to handle up to 40 kilograms and a reach of 185 centimeters. The whole structure stands 215 centimeters tall and weighs 87 kilograms, split between a sturdy base and a vertical column that won't budge under pressure. The clamp doesn't make you fight it. With 22 millimeters of range and a cam-style lever, it locks in with minimal effort. No twisting, no fiddling. A spring holds the arms open to your preferred setting, which saves time when you're working through a queue. A full 360-degree rotation system lets you spin the bike one-handed, smoothly, and without any jerky stops, thanks to the long handle and textured surfaces. You can stop the lift anywhere along its path, so it meets you at your ideal working height, which means less strain on your back and shoulders after a long day. This stand was designed by people who've been on the shop floor. It shows. It comes nearly ready to go right out of the box, and it plays well with add-ons like tool trays, hinged arms, and other time savers. Whether you're running a solo station or a shared setup, there's a model that fits. Everything from a fixed floor unit to a twin lift platform. Made in Slovenia by a team that started in a bike shop, it's clearly shaped by real experience, and it sells for $4,967. This cycling backpack packs serious tech into a familiar form. Powered by a 5,000 ampere-hour battery, it keeps going for up to 10 hours and lights up your ride with around 256 LEDs on the front and back. These LEDs handle turn signals, brake lights, and visibility patterns, all synced to your movement. Connected via Bluetooth to an app on your phone, the backpack reads GPS data to trigger signals automatically. You can also control everything manually, or just say left or right out loud, and it responds. The GPS routing in the app helps steer you away from busy roads, preferring bike lanes and quieter streets. It also lets you save and share routes, which makes group rides easier to organize. When you slow down, the brake light kicks in. And if you fall, sensors inside the bag detect the impact and send your location to emergency contacts. Sized at about 4.5 by 35 by 53 centimeters, the pack includes a padded back, adjustable shoulder and chest straps, and a weather-resistant shell. Inside, there's a padded sleeve for laptops up to 15 inches, plus room for other essentials. It comes in gray, blue, and mustard yellow, and it cost around $47. This versatile trailer hooks up to your bike in just minutes. Perfect for a quick grocery trip or a relaxed picnic, it offers plenty of room to carry everything you need. It's designed to work with both regular and electric bikes, using a single axle and a hitch setup that connects near the rear wheel. Nothing unusual there. The maker hasn't released exact specs, but from what's visible, it's likely made from aluminum or steel, striking a decent balance between strength and weight. It can handle around 25 to 50 kilograms of gear, which puts it in the same league as most mid-range cargo trailers. This trailer is aimed at people who actually take their bikes places. It looks like it can carry tents, sleeping bags, cooking gear, and other essentials without slowing you down too much. Compatibility seems broad, including with e-bikes, and short videos online show it moving smoothly behind different kinds of bikes. Riders mention the hitch is quick to attach and remove, and doesn't require much in the way of tools or setup. After witnessing rides like that, it's only natural to start thinking about safety. The Lumos Nixel helmet has been created to stand out as the smartest and most secure choice available. Integrated 360-degree lighting wraps the shell with front, rear, and side LEDs, making the rider visible from up to around 1,500 feet, whether it's sunny, raining, or foggy. The front and rear lights also double as turn signals, moving in a way that clearly shows direction changes. Pair it with the Lumos remote, and the helmet adds automatic brake lights that trigger during sudden stops. Inside, a Quinn crash detection system tracks location, G-force, and rotational acceleration. If it detects an accident, it uses the rider's phone to send GPS coordinates to chosen contacts. It also records post-impact data, where the helmet was hit, how hard, and for how long. A MIPS option is available for those who want extra protection from rotational forces in angled impacts. 3 sizes, S, M, L, offer a better fit than a one-size design, each with a dial adjustment and adjustable straps. Weights for MIPS versions are about 370 grams for small, 409 for medium, and 450 grams for large. An Ionic Plus antimicrobial liner helps keep things fresh, and the battery module can be replaced, which means the helmet can last longer without a full replacement. Controls are simple. The Lumos remote manages lights and signals, while Team Sync lets riders match light patterns with other Lumos helmets or Firefly lights for group rides. The helmet costs $184. It's hard to look at this bike and think of it as anything other than a pure speed machine. Every part of it exists for one reason: to go as fast as possible on the track. The frame is made entirely from 3D printed Scalmalloy, a scandium aluminum magnesium alloy first developed for aerospace. Each one is shaped to match a rider's exact body measurements, right down to the millimeter, so no two are ever the same. The pieces are printed in sections, then bonded together, with some parts, like the fork steerer and handlebar extensions, made from 3D printed titanium. To prove it could take the demands of racing, a duplicate frame was even put through full testing for fatigue, impact, and torsion. Its aerodynamic tricks borrow from nature. Along the seat tube and seat post are tubercles, small ridges inspired by humpback whale flippers that help smooth airflow and cut drag in some of the most turbulent parts of the frame. With the old tube shape rule no longer a limit, the tubes could be reshaped to reduce frontal area. Even the bike's core dimensions were trimmed down. The bottom bracket width dropped from 70 to 54 millimeters, the rear hub from 120 to 89 millimeters, and the front hub from 100 to 69 millimeters. The setup includes a matching custom fork, a carbon seat post with its own tubercles, and a disc wheel set in 65 and 100 millimeters depths. Originally created for Filippo Ganna's hour record ride, it's the result of aerospace materials and smart aerodynamics working together to turn raw power into pure speed. This piece of technology comes at a price about $33,000. The Flyer Via Pro takes what worked well in the original model and gives it more punch, a few thoughtful upgrades. At its core is a 750-watt motor. The 15 ampere-hour lithium-ion battery can cover anywhere from 30 to over 50 miles, depending on how much weight it's carrying, the terrain, and which assist mode is used. Riders can rely on a 20 miles per hour top speed in throttle-only Class 2 mode, or combine pedal power with motor assistance for a more natural ride. It can manage up to 400 pounds in total, so whether it's kids, groceries, or gear, there's room for it. It comes in 3 frame sizes to fit riders from 4 feet 10 inches to 6 feet 10 inches. It's designed for riders 16 and older and comes ready with a bright XL LED headlight, tail lights with brake lights and turn signals, a sturdy dual-leg kickstand, and full fenders with side covers. Out on the road, the motor gives a reassuring push without feeling twitchy. The suspension helps on long rides, and the brakes respond instantly. Its low center of gravity makes it stable even when loaded, and the gearing feels well matched to everyday conditions. French startup Carbikes has created a 4-wheeled electric bike with a cabin for 2, running on a 250-watt motor, designed to meet EU e-bike regulations. Each one carries a 1,240 watt-hour battery, offering about 75 kilometers of range, or up to 160 kilometers under the right conditions. A 100-watt solar panel on the roof adds extra charge while parked. Pedal assist tops out at 25 kilometers per hour, keeping it legal for bike lanes across Europe. At just 80 centimeters wide, it fits where most cars can't. It stops with hydraulic disc brakes on all wheels and includes lights, turn signals, horn, alarm, and locking. A 4-point shock absorber system smooths the ride. Riders sit low and centered behind a polycarbonate windshield with removable solid or fabric doors depending on the weather. 3 models suit different needs. Cozy is for everyday travel, with room for 1 adult or 2 kids and a few bags. Kubi is aimed at carrying cargo, offering 500 liters of space and a 150 kilograms load limit. Coley is the largest, with up to 1,000 liters for commercial use, also rated for 150 kilograms. All 3 are narrow enough for cycle lanes and don't require a license. Designed in Strasbourg, France, the project recently entered small batch production with about 15 units completed. Pricing starts at $13,000 depending on how it's set up. It doesn't ride like a motorcycle. It doesn't feel like a bike. The E-Rocket 1 sits somewhere in between, something entirely its own. You pedal to move, but the harder you push, the faster it goes. There's no throttle, no gears to shift. Just your legs, your instinct, and a motor that multiplies your effort by 50. It's driven by a brushless, air-cooled electric motor that delivers up to 16 kilowatt of power. That's 22 horsepower and holds a steady 5 kilowatt when cruising. The 52-volt lithium-ion battery has been bumped up to 7.5 kilowatt-hour, giving you a range of over 130 kilometers on a single charge, depending on how you ride. Charging takes about 3 hours to reach 80%, or 6 hours to go from empty to full. Top speed it can reach is around 100 kilometers per hour and weighs roughly 130 kilograms. You can carry up to 120 kilograms with it. Up front, there's a 37mm upside-down fork you can adjust to your liking, and in the back, a 203mm shock that can also be tuned. Brakes are strong. 30 centimeters disc up front with a 4-piston caliper, 22 centimeters in the back, both with ABS. It's officially a 125cc class electric motorcycle. The downside is that you'll need an A1, A2, or A license to drive it. Another downside is that it comes pricey. It sells for $14,730. The Convoy adds a 250-watt hub motor to a single-wheel trailer, giving riders up to 30 kilometers of electric assist per charge. Power comes from a 370 watt-hour battery, and the motor's torque sensor reacts smoothly to pedaling. Assistance tops out at 25 kilometers per hour, keeping things within legal e-bike limits. It attaches easily to the rear axle using a quick release clamp. Weighing around 12 to 13 kilograms, the trailer can carry up to 50 kilograms, enough for groceries, gear, or even 2 young kids. It works with bikes that have 26 to 29-inch rear wheels and tires up to 2.5-inch wide. Mounting rails allow for panniers or side tubs, and an integrated rack supports child seats. A large taillight, similar in size to what you'd find on a car, improves visibility and can be customized through the connected app. One of the standout features is the trailer's self-steering rear wheel. A wireless sensor mounted on the bike's fork reads your handlebar input and automatically turns the trailer wheel to follow your path, even around tight corners. The trailer also handles bumps on its own, thanks to a vertical movement system that doesn't throw off balance. Braking and stability systems react automatically. When it's not hitched to a bike, the trailer can be stood upright or stored vertically to save space. Through the app, you can adjust the power settings, lock the trailer remotely, monitor ride stats, and switch up the light modes. The expected price is $2,500, and pre-orders are already available. The XP series of e-bikes is the top-selling line in the US, trusted by more than 400,000 riders. The XP4, priced at $1,300, can travel up to 137 kilometers on a single charge, reach speeds of 45 kilometers per hour, and conveniently folds away whenever you need extra space. A detachable 3.5-inch display brings a clean interface, while the lighting setup includes a 90-lumen LED headlight, integrated turn signals, and a rear brake light. You get 5 pedal assist modes: Eco, Tour, Sport, Sport Plus, and Turbo, run by a torque sensor for a more natural pedal feel. The bike folds down to 37 by 17 by 29 inches, has quick release pedals, and a relocated key slot for keyless riding. It weighs about 62 pounds without the battery. If range and power are a priority, the long-range model steps things up to a 750-watt motor and a 17.5 ampere-hour battery, offering up to 85 miles per charge. That's roughly 67% more battery capacity, with noticeably better hill climbing and extras like a suspension seat post and stronger headlight. On the road, the ride feels smooth and steady. The motor runs quietly, shifting is clean, and braking performance is among the best tested, stopping in just over 15 feet. The 500-watt version reached about 30 miles on max assist and around 55 miles on the lowest setting. This full suspension trail and enduro bike takes a different approach. Instead of relying on a derailleur, it runs a 9-speed gearbox sealed inside the frame and able to shift while pedaling hard, or even at a stop. Riders can go with either a standard chain or a Gates carbon belt drive, both supported by the same frame. It's made entirely in France and is aluminum front to back. Fully equipped, it weighs about 37.5 pounds. While that's on the heavier side, most riders say the low center of gravity makes the bike feel well balanced. Suspension travel in the rear can be adjusted between 158, 164, or 176 millimeters by changing shock spacers. The front typically runs a 160 or 170 millimeters fork, though some builds push it to 200 millimeters. The suspension design places the gearbox low and centered, using a 4-bar layout with a high pivot and an idler pulley to keep things stable while pedaling. That setup also avoids issues with chain growth, making it possible to use a belt drive with no extra hardware. No wires, no complicated setup, no bulky batteries. The Bikeon kit transforms any regular bike into an electric one in seconds. Just attach and go. The US version has 750 watt, while the EU version offers 250 watt of power to stay street legal, both pushing up to 55 Newton meters of torque, which is more than enough for strong acceleration. First one uses LG cells and fits into a standard bottle cage. It charges fully in about 3 hours, hitting 80% in just one. The motor weighs around 4 pounds, and the battery adds 3.3 pounds more, so the full setup comes in at about 7 pounds. It runs on a quiet timing belt that doesn't need oil. The aluminum housing stands up to splashes and dirt and can be rinsed off easily. Attaching the unit takes less than 30 seconds. It clamps onto the largest cog, 25 to 36 teeth options, and stays secure using 3 contact points. You'll lose the top 1 to 3 cassette gears, but everything else stays functional. Swapping it between bikes is quick and simple, as long as they use compatible sprockets. It's not just about adding power. The system reacts to how you ride. Sensors track torque, motion, and incline to adjust the motor's support automatically. When you stop pedaling, the motor cuts out. If you backpedal slightly, it even reverses a bit to keep the ride feeling natural. Out of the box, top speed is around 20 miles per hour, and if you pair it with the app over Bluetooth, it'll get close to 28. The Mahle M40 mid-drive motor is designed for e-mountain bike. It delivers 250 watts of continuous power and peaks at 850 watts. Rider support reaches up to 400%, with assistance capping out at the legal limit of 25 kilometers per hour. Weighing just 2.5 kilograms, it manages all this without dragging the bike down. The system runs on a 48-volt setup and offers 2 battery options: the 534 watt-hour and the larger 800 watt-hour. Both fit inside the frame and share a modular shape, but they need specific adapters to swap between them. Charging uses a dedicated unit and reaches 80% in under 3 hours. The motor's responsiveness is helped by a disc-mounted speed sensor that reacts to movement within just a few centimeters. Power delivery is smooth, thanks to a mount system that limits vibration. There are also helpful features like hill brake, which holds the bike steady on climbs, and motor dynamic, giving a short power boost even after you stop pedaling. Control comes via the head unit, a 1.9-inch display that can mount on the top tube, handlebar, or stem. For more, it pairs with the wireless Trio remote, a simple 3-button controller. The manufacturers describe it as the ultimate bicycle shock absorber. This product is the outcome of extensive, long-term research. Studies revealed, for instance, that in just 1 hour of cycling, a rider experiences nearly the same level of shocks and vibrations as a tractor operator does over half a day of work. It can support riders up to 485 pounds and works on all kinds of surfaces. You can install it in under a minute, and it fits most bikes and lets you adjust your seat position easily, whether you prefer a more relaxed or sporty riding style. It also works with seat bags and comes with optional safety caps in different colors. This product is designed to make bike rides more comfortable by reducing the impact and vibration. It moves in 3 directions and helps your body stay more in line with the bike seat. That means less shifting around while riding, less effort needed to stay balanced, and less chance of pain or injury over time. The idea for this kind of solution became more important after researchers at the University of the West of England looked into how vibration affects cyclists. One of the researchers had started getting headaches on her daily ride to work. That led to a full study, which found that many cyclists experience pain in their arms, neck, back, and knees. The main reasons were rough road conditions and poor riding posture. The price starts at $31. Shiny bikes packed with gadgets are always tempting targets for thieves. Still, security experts continue to innovate and push forward with new solutions. This lock gives criminals not the slightest chance. It fits directly onto a bike's frame and measures about 6.3 by 6 by 2 inches. It weighs close to 1.8 pounds and uses a 9mm square steel bolt for locking. The outer shell is made from zinc alloy with a matte finish, and it's designed to resist both dust and strong water spray. It can handle a wide range of weather, working in temperatures from -4 degrees Fahrenheit up to 149 degrees Fahrenheit. For connectivity, it uses Bluetooth, GPS, and 4G LTE. It runs on a built-in battery, which can be charged using a pogo pin or connected to an external power source. The lock can sense when the bike hasn't moved for a few minutes and automatically locks itself. There's also a wireless key fob that lets users lock and unlock without needing a phone. An optional chain can be plugged in to secure the bike to fixed objects. When connected, the lock clamps both the wheel and chain together instantly. If someone tries to move or tamper with the bike, a loud 110 decibel alarm goes off. Sensors inside detect motion and temperature changes, helping to identify break-in attempts. The model is priced at $269. Tubeless road tires aren't a new concept, but they're gaining popularity day by day, and manufacturers continue to work on updating and improving their designs. What makes it work is how precisely the rim and tire are shaped to fit together. The rim has a special profile, with features like beadlock shoulders and a carefully shaped rim bed that helps the tire seal tightly. Many of these rims come with tubeless rim tape already installed, which covers the spoke holes and helps keep air from escaping. On the roadside, internal rim widths are usually around 19mm, like with the Open Pro UST. Even though these wheels need extra detail and materials to hold air without tubes, the weight stays pretty low. For example, the Cosmic Elite UST wheel set weighs about 955 grams in total for both front and rear wheels. Some rims are drilled traditionally without using eyelets. That choice depends on the specific design, not necessarily looks. The hubs and free hubs used in Mavic's UST wheels follow standard formats. They're made to work with common systems like quick-release skewers or through axles. Mavic provides detailed manuals with all the measurements and parts information, including things like axle kits and bearing sizes. In models like the Acereb Pro UST, every part of the hub system is clearly laid out for maintenance or replacement. This device can transform a regular bicycle into an electric one. It looks like a wheel and functions as a substitute for the front wheel of your bike. There's no need to change the bike frame or add extra parts. It works with most bikes that have rim or disc brakes and a 10cm front fork, and it comes in 26-inch, 28-inch, and 29-inch sizes. Unlike most e-bike motors, this one doesn't spin with the wheel. Instead, it stays still and drives a smaller wheel inside the rim, which then moves the bike forward. This setup helps the bike take off quickly and makes hills easier to climb. The speed tops out at around 20 miles per hour without pedaling. A thumb throttle attaches to the handlebars and controls how fast you go, depending on how much pressure you apply. The wheel runs on a 36-volt Panasonic lithium-ion battery with a 10 amp-hour capacity. It's removable, so you can charge it on or off the bike, and it takes about 3 to 4 hours to fully charge. On a single charge, the bike can go around 12 miles using just the throttle, or up to 25 miles if you pedal lightly along the way. Putting it on is simple. Just remove your old front wheel, place the geo-orbital wheel into the fork, tighten the axle nuts, and plug in the throttle. After that, you're ready to ride. This device is not cheap and costs $995. This compact air pump is perfect for the road, especially when you don't have the time or chance to inflate your tires the usual way. It stores air at high pressure, more than what you'd get from a regular air compressor, which means it can fill a tire very quickly. In the best case, it can inflate a tire in just a couple of seconds. It connects easily to both Presta and Schrader valves, and you can also use it to pump up balls if you have a needle adapter. To refill it, you just hook it up to an air compressor, like the ones found at gas stations or bike shops. Instead of using a hand pump or carrying single-use CO2 cartridges, this device gives you a fast way to fill your tire with the press of a button. There's no need to pump by hand, and the whole process is clean and fast. That makes it especially helpful if you're dealing with a tubeless tire that needs a quick burst of air to seal properly, or if you just need to get back on the road quickly after a flat. The canister can be used over and over again. You just refill it when it's low. It also has a combination lock and a 4-foot metal cable, so you can lock it to your bike or a rack if you need to leave it somewhere. The minimum price for such a unique wheel is $578. It's not really a gadget, but it can transform a regular bike into a stationary one. It works with most standard bikes, fitting wheel sizes from 24 to 29 inches and widths up to 2.5 inches. It can support riders up to 250 pounds and handle speeds as fast as 50 miles per hour. There are 10 levels of resistance to choose from, so it can match different fitness goals or training routines. Once the rider hits 10 miles per hour, the trainer turns on automatically. If it's not used for 10 minutes, it shuts off to save energy. It doesn't need to be plugged in. It runs entirely on pedal power. The built-in battery stores the energy you generate and can produce up to 20 volts at 10 amps of continuous output. It connects to devices using Bluetooth. The app works on both iPhones and Android phones. The energy you create while pedaling isn't wasted. It gets saved in a power bank called the SPARK. There are 3 versions of it. Spark I is the smallest, with 1 USB port for basic charging. Spark 2 has 2 USB ports and a bigger battery. Spark XL is the largest and can even power things like laptops, TVs, or lights up to 85 watts. You can charge any of these Sparks by pedaling or with a wall adapter. Once charged, you can take the SPARK with you and use it wherever you need it. You can buy this unusual device for $500. Here's another wheel created to give you a fresh riding experience and enhance your favorite bike. For just $1,055, you can transform an ordinary bicycle into a smart vehicle. In this case, it's not the front wheel being swapped, but the rear one. It has a small motor, battery, and smart electronics all packed into one clean-looking hub. Once it's on your bike, it gives you a boost when you start pedaling and stops helping when you stop. It can go up to 20 miles per hour and take you as far as 30 miles on a full charge. The battery takes about 2 to 3 hours to charge and even gets some power back when you're going downhill or pedaling faster than your set speed. It works with most bikes and comes in different sizes and colors. Putting the smart wheel on your bike is simple. You just take off your old rear wheel and replace it with this one. No extra wires or tools needed. After that, it works automatically as you ride. You can also control it through the FlyClay app on your phone or smartwatch. The app lets you set your top speed, check your ride stats like distance and battery life, and even suggest better routes based on how you ride. There's also a smart light that comes with the system. It holds your phone safely on the handlebars, lights your way at night, and charges your phone while you ride. The energy return wheel changes the way a bike handles the road. It doesn't use air like a regular tire, so there's no inner tube to pop or patch. That means no flats, no blowouts, and no stopping to pump it back up. It locks tightly onto the rim and stays in place, no matter what kind of surface you're riding on. Instead of bouncing over bumps like traditional tires, the ERW absorbs the impact in a different way. Its design spreads out the force, helping the wheel roll more smoothly over rough spots. That makes the ride feel more comfortable and puts less strain on the bike itself. Since there's no inner tube to wear out or replace, it's made to last longer than standard tires. You won't have to replace it as often, which cuts down on waste. It also keeps its performance steady in different weather and road conditions, unlike rubber tires that can wear down quickly. The ERW costs $1,750, which is more than a typical tire. But it's not made to be replaced every few months. It's for people who want something reliable and low maintenance, something they can ride on without thinking about it all the time. Do you keep riding even through winter, tackling snowy and icy trails? Then this bike is for you. Built for thrilling drifts, donuts, and all kinds of tricks, it's made to turn winter into pure fun. To do that, it has a really long chainstay, 52 centimeters, which moves the back wheel farther away from the rider. That helps keep the bike stable during slides and makes it less likely to spin out. The seat tube is angled steeply at 75 degrees, which shifts the rider's weight towards the front. Along with a low bottom bracket, short distance between the pedals and front wheel, and a sloped top tube, this setup makes it easier for the back tire to lose grip, which is exactly what you want for controlled drifting. The short head tube helps reduce leverage up front, and the long wheelbase helps smooth out movement when riding over slippery ground. The front wheel is placed just far enough from the pedals to avoid hitting the rider's toes when using studded tires. Cables run underneath the top tube to keep them out of the way while riding. The frame weighs about 3.2 pounds and is made from aluminum tubing that's thicker where needed and thinner where it's not. After welding, the frame goes through a series of heat treatments to bring the metal back to full strength. It's then sandblasted to give the surface an even texture and anodized to help it stand up to the elements. The authors of the project point out the price is $630 plus shipping. These heated inserts can also come in handy when riding in cold weather. At the moment, however, they aren't compatible with ergonomic-style road bars that have additional bends in the drops. The inserts are quick to prepare, and once charged, they typically last for around 5 hours. They reach up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit and work inside most carbon or aluminum handlebars as long as the bar's inner diameter is at least 17.5 millimeters. They don't fit bars with tight curves, like some road bike styles, but for most setups, they slide right in. Charging takes about 2 hours, and once fully charged, they can keep your hands warm for over 5 hours. You turn them on with a button, and within 15 minutes, the grips are noticeably warm. You can move them between bikes without taking anything apart, and charging is easy with the included dock that works through USB or a wall outlet. For $125, customers will receive a set of 2 inserts and a charging system. And yes, there really are bicycles with square wheels, one of which catches visitors off guard at the National Museum of Mathematics in New York. Interestingly, the display is interactive, so anyone is welcome to hop on and take a ride. Instead of rolling on a flat road, it moves over a special track made of evenly spaced humps shaped like upside-down arches. These arches, called inverted catenaries, are carefully designed so that each bump fits the length of one side of the square wheel. As the trike moves, the wheel rotates from one flat side to the next, keeping the seat at almost the same height the whole time. The track forms a complete circle about 16 feet across and includes 32 of these humps. The trike has 3 wheels, and each one is a different size to match its place on the circular track. The rear wheels are not the same. The one on the outside is larger, the inside one is smaller, and the front wheel falls somewhere in between. The square wheels are less than an inch thick and have rubber or foam edges to help reduce wear when the corners hit the track. A gear system connects the rear wheels so they turn in sync, even though they're covering different distances. The frame of the trike is tilted just right so it naturally follows the track's curve. The handlebars don't move. They're locked because the rider doesn't need to steer. The design makes sure the trike stays on track as it's pedaled. Here we have a power meter that attaches directly to your cycling shoes instead of your bike. It measures how much power you're putting out in watts, as well as your pedaling speed per minute. It does this by using a sensor under the cleat and a small pod on top of the shoe. That pod tracks your pedaling movement 100 times per second and sends the data wirelessly to your bike computer or smartphone. There are 2 versions. The single version goes on your left shoe and measures power from that side, then doubles the number to estimate your total output. The dual version uses sensors on both shoes, so it gives you a full picture of how much power each leg is producing and your total power more accurately. Both versions also measure cadence by tracking how your foot moves with each pedal stroke. One of the main benefits is that you don't have to attach anything to your bike. That means you can switch bikes without losing access to your power data. Setting it up is simple. When you change your cleats, you just use the Zone DP MX sensor plate instead of the usual one and slide the base under your shoe strap. That's it. These are advanced magnetic pedals designed for mountain bikes. Many riders who practice mountain biking rely on clip-in pedals, as they can greatly enhance pedaling efficiency. Yet, the classic clip-in system comes with several downsides. For one, it requires special cycling shoes, and the mechanism easily gets clogged with mud or dust. On top of that, some cyclists feel uneasy about having their feet firmly locked onto the pedals. Instead of using clips or straps, these pedals connect to metal plates on the bottom of your shoes. This magnetic connection keeps your foot secure while pedaling, but lets you step off easily when needed. One of the key things about these pedals is how easy it is to get in and out of them. You don't need to twist your foot like you do with regular clip-in pedals. Just lift your foot or slide it to the side to disconnect. This can make stopping feel more natural and less stressful, especially if you're not used to clipless systems or have limited movement in your legs or ankles. The magnets in each pedal can be adjusted. If you want a looser connection, you can remove a few magnets. If you want a stronger hold, you can leave them all in. This lets you fine-tune how the pedals feel based on your riding style or comfort level. Whether you're taking it easy or riding up steep hills, you can set them up to match your needs. The cost of these pedals is $110. To improve road safety, one of the projects on Kickstarter is offering flashlights like this. It fits right into the brake shoes and doesn't need any batteries, wires, or magnets on the spokes. As the wheel spins, it passes through a magnetic field, and that motion creates electricity. That's what powers the light. It might sound complex, but once it's installed, it runs on its own without you needing to do anything. The LED it uses is extremely small, just 1.6 millimeters across, but it's very efficient. It puts out more light per watt than most bike lights out there, meaning you get a bright, clear beam without wasting energy. The light direction can also be adjusted, so it points where you need it, even on bikes with unusual frame angles. When you hit the brakes, the lights respond too. The system detects the braking force and increases the light's brightness, which helps signal to others that you're slowing down. Over time, as your brake pads wear out, a built-in mechanism automatically keeps the light at the right distance from the wheel to keep it working properly. Replacing the pads is simple. It's the same as with regular brake pads. There are two versions. One fits standard bikes with rim brakes. The other, called Wega, works with disc brakes and can be mounted in different directions to fit all kinds of bikes. Wega also includes extra lighting on the sides, making the bike more visible from different angles. The price for a single light starts at $27. Dremo X20 is a special rear wheel made for BMX bikes with 20-inch wheels. It weighs around 4 kilograms and has a unique feature: moving parts around the edge that let it roll and slide at the same time. This makes it possible for riders to drift through turns, just like in car drifting. Because drifting puts more pressure on the wheel than normal riding, it's reinforced with strong steel parts to handle the extra force. Even though the wheel is designed for drifting, it still feels a lot like a regular BMX wheel when riding. The extra weight actually helps the wheel stay in contact with the ground during sharp turns without making the bike hard to handle. Riders who are used to a standard setup won't need much time to adjust. The drifting ability adds a new way to control the bike, especially in corners. The X20 comes in 3 different sizes, so riders can choose what fits their setup best. It's easy to install too. It replaces the regular rear wheel on most 20-inch BMX bikes and doesn't need any special changes to the bike. At $240, it's a specific upgrade for people who want to try a different style of riding. Turning a regular bike into an electric one doesn't have to be complicated. This system makes it surprisingly simple. All you need to do is replace the front wheel, attach the throttle to the handlebar, and connect one cable. That's it. It's made to fit almost any bike thanks to its 6 available sizes, and it works with both rim and disc brakes. The added weight is about 15 pounds, and it can handle riders up to 300 pounds. There are two motor options to choose from. One is a 240 watt version that can reach speeds up to 15 miles per hour, and the other is a 350 watt model that goes up to 20 miles per hour. Both versions let you ride up to 30 miles on a single charge. The battery powering the system is a 36-volt lithium-ion pack that recharges in roughly an hour and a half. It clicks in and out easily, so if you carry an extra, you can swap it quickly and keep going. You can control everything using your phone. Just connect through Bluetooth and use the app, available on iOS and Android, to pick between 3 levels of pedal assist. The motor senses how hard and fast you're pedaling, and it adds power to help out. Most bike locks are designed to slow down thieves. Skunk Lock takes a different route. It tries to stop them altogether. Instead of just being tough to cut, it adds a surprise factor that makes stealing the bike much harder and riskier. There are 2 types of Skunk Lock, one that messes with cutting tools, and another that releases a strong chemical if someone tries to break it. The carbon version has a thick shackle made from hardened steel, measuring about an inch across. Inside, there's a special material that damages grinder blades during an attempted cut. It's tough to twist or pry open, and the outer layer is soft enough to avoid scratching your bike. The space inside the lock is big enough to fit around your bike frame and one wheel. It weighs just over 4 pounds. It uses a disc-style key system that's hard to pick or drill, and it comes with 3 keys and a code card in case replacements are needed. Real-world tests have shown mixed results. In some cases, it took several grinding discs to get through. In others, a single diamond-tipped disc did the job in less than a minute. The lock is too thick for bolt cutters to work, and hammering it didn't do much damage. One issue is that the keyhole doesn't have a cover, so dirt could get inside over time. You can buy this secure lock for $120. This compact bike computer comes with all the essential features that cyclists need. It attaches to the handlebar using a magnetic mount, ensuring a secure fit and preventing accidental drops, even on the roughest trails. It connects using Bluetooth and works together with a smartphone to show things like turn directions and speed. Instead of a touchscreen or buttons, it uses a motion sensor. Just wave your hand over it and it responds, even if you're wearing gloves or riding in the rain. Colored lights on the side let you know if you're getting a call or message. The battery charges with a micro USB cable. It lasts about 12 hours while you're riding, and up to a week if it's just sitting idle. You can quickly snap it off the handlebar thanks to its magnetic mount, which is useful when you need to charge it or take it with you. The screen doesn't show full maps, but it gives you clear arrows for turns and basic stats like how fast you're going, based on your phone's GPS. You plan your route on your phone, and the device picks up the directions and shows them while you ride. The main idea is to help cyclists stay focused on the road while still keeping them updated. You won't have to pull out your phone or glance down for long. If you get a message, just wave your hand, and the screen shows you what it is when it's safer to look. You can buy this gadget for your bike for $83. This stainless steel bottle resembles a standard water bottle, often used by cyclists and others to stay hydrated. Its shape makes it simple to attach to a bike frame or slip into a bag. It keeps drinks cold for up to 48 hours and hot for more than 24. It holds 20 ounces, stands about 9 1/4 inches tall, and has a diameter of 2 7/8 inches. At just 9 ounces, it's easy to carry and fits into any standard bike bottle cage. There's a slight ridge near the top that helps it lock in place, no matter the cage design. It comes with 2 lids, a straw lid for sipping while riding, and a second lid for coffee or other drinks off the bike. You can choose between a brushed stainless finish and a black powder-coated version. One of the main goals was to make sure the bottle would fit tightly in any regular bike cage. The price of this practical bottle is $30. Thanks to the inventors of this device, this compact module can transform almost any regular bicycle into an electric one. The unit is installed beneath the bike, close to the pedals, while the main block, containing the motor and battery, is fixed to the frame. It's also designed to be removed very easily, which is convenient if you're worried about theft. The motor is small, about the size of a thick paperback book, and weighs around 2.7 pounds, including the mounting plate. The charger works with standard wall outlets. Instead of replacing your bike's wheel or adding a mid-drive motor, this system uses a small motor that presses directly onto your rear tire. It only kicks in when you start pedaling and stops when your speed drops below about 4 miles per hour. Once you're moving and pedaling, the roller makes contact with the tire and provides an extra push. If you stop pedaling or go faster than your set limit, the motor lifts away, letting the tire spin freely. To set it up, you attach a mounting plate near the bottom of the bike frame, install a sensor by the pedals to detect movement, and place a magnet on the rear wheel with another sensor to track speed. The motor is then adjusted to make just the right amount of contact with the tire. The battery mounts in the spot where a bottle holder would normally go. Once installed, a short ride helps the system learn your wheel size automatically. The price of this gadget is $596. Setting up a bike suspension usually involves a lot of guesswork. You ride, make a few changes, and hope it feels better. But you're never really sure what's happening underneath you. Sus My Bike offers a better way. It's a small device that tracks how your suspension moves while you ride and tells you how to adjust it. The device connects to your phone using Bluetooth and works with both mountain bikes and motorbikes. It tracks important things like how far the shock compresses, how quickly it recovers, and whether the suspension is reacting the way it should. If something's off, like bouncing too much or not rebounding fast enough, the system picks it up and helps you fix it. You don't have to calibrate anything before each ride. Whether the weather changes or you've made some updates to your bike, it still works the same. To use it, attach the sensor to your bike, open the app, go for a ride on varied terrain, then check the results. You can tweak your suspension settings and go again to see if things improve. You can buy it for $218. Staying visible and protected during your ride shouldn't be a compromise. That's the problem the Unit 1 Aura Smart Helmet aims to solve. Designed for city cyclists and e-bike riders, it blends solid impact protection with a full lighting system and smart features that help you stay seen and connected. The helmet weighs 440 grams and uses a polycarbonate shell with an EPS liner, enhanced by MIPS technology to reduce rotational forces during angled impacts. 16 fixed vents help with airflow, but where the oars really stands out is visibility. Integrated front and rear LED lights deliver over 400 lumens. The lights run for up to 30 hours on beacon mode at 50% brightness, powered by a 1200 mAh rechargeable lithium-ion battery. The helmet also connects to the optional navigation remote. With it, you can signal turns and trigger brake lights directly from your handlebars. Paired with the companion app, you can customize light patterns and monitor battery levels. The crash detection system adds another layer of safety. If the helmet senses a serious impact and you don't respond, it will send your location to your emergency contact. It also features a magnetic buckle, easy to fasten even with gloves. Available in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, the Unit 1 Aura is priced at $249. Navigating city streets on a bike can often feel precarious, with close passes from vehicles posing a constant concern. The tether device addresses this issue by projecting a visible safe zone around cyclists, aiming to enhance their presence on the road and promote safer passing distances. Tether mounts on the bike's handlebar stem and utilizes green laser grids to delineate a buffer zone on either side of the rider. Equipped with proximity sensors on the front, left and right, it detects approaching vehicles within a range of up to 2.5 meters. If a vehicle encroaches upon this space, the lasers begin to flash, serving as a visual alert to both the cyclist and the driver. Users have the option to adjust the sensitivity of this alert system based on their comfort levels. Beyond immediate safety, Tether contributes to broader cycling infrastructure improvements. Each time a vehicle passes, the device records the event's GPS coordinates and proximity data, transmitting this information to a connected smartphone app. Aggregated data from multiple users helps generate maps highlighting routes with safer passing behaviors, assisting cyclists in choosing their paths and informing urban planning efforts. Designed with practicality in mind, Tether features a weather-resistant aluminum casing and offers a battery life of approximately 6 hours on a single charge. The device is currently available for pre-order through its Kickstarter campaign, with early backers able to secure a unit for £130. The anticipated retail price is projected to range between £150 and £200. Some ideas feel overdue, and the VABS Rider is one of them. It reimagines the bike seat from the ground up, focusing not on more padding, but on dynamic movement. This virtual axis saddle allows your hips to move naturally as you ride, syncing with your pedaling motion to reduce strain and improve comfort over longer distances. At the core of the VABS Rider is its patented pivoting system, which mimics the human pelvis's natural rotation. Instead of forcing your hips into a fixed position like most traditional saddles, this seat lets them move side to side by up to 20 degrees. That motion helps reduce lower back pressure and improves alignment for riders who clock serious miles or deal with discomfort on standard seats. The saddle uses an adjustable elastomer resistance system that lets you fine-tune how much movement you want. Whether you're climbing, sprinting, or cruising, the seat adapts to your riding style. The seat rails are made from stainless steel, while the saddle platform uses a reinforced polymer to balance strength and flexibility. Weighing around 450 grams, it's heavier than most racing saddles, but built for endurance and injury prevention, not featherweight performance. The VABS Rider fits standard seat posts and is designed for road bikes, hybrids, and even indoor trainers. It's currently being offered through Kickstarter for around €159. You don't have to ride in the dark, hoping cars will see you anymore. The Flasher Duo is a set of smart armbands designed to keep cyclists and e-scooter riders visible, alert, and a step ahead on busy streets, without needing extra gear on your bike. Each armband weighs just 145 grams, but packs in powerful 360 degrees LEDs that can be seen from all directions. The standout feature? Gesture-controlled turn signals. Simply extend your arm to indicate a turn, and the lights respond instantly. No buttons, no distractions. They also include emergency brake lights that activate when you slow down fast, warning drivers behind you. The Flasher Duo runs up to 8 hours on a full charge in night mode and recharges in about 2 hours. It adapts to whatever you're doing, biking at night, jogging, or using it as an emergency beacon, with 4 different light modes. They're weather-resistant, adjustable to fit arms from 21 to 38 centimeters, and don't need mounting or setup. Just strap them on and go. But it doesn't stop with lights. The armbands pair with a mobile app to deliver turn-by-turn navigation through gentle vibrations, so you can follow directions without checking your phone or mounting a GPS. It's smart, silent, and subtle. When you're done, the bands snap together for easy storage in your bag or jacket pocket. At €149, they offer peace of mind and real safety features that go well beyond the usual rear light. When you're cycling at night, being visible from all angles can make all the difference. The Flector 360 reflectors provide a simple yet effective solution to enhance your visibility on the road. These reflectors wrap around your bike's rims, offering 360-degree visibility without adding noticeable weight or affecting your ride's performance. Made from high-grade micro-prismatic film, they reflect light efficiently, ensuring that approaching vehicles can see you from various angles. The design is slim and aerodynamic, so you won't have to worry about drag or imbalance. Installation is straightforward. The Flector 360 comes in both pre-cut sizes and a flexible Omni version that you can trim to fit your specific rim dimensions. Whether you have round, square, or V-shaped rims, there's a fit for you. The adhesive backing ensures a secure attachment, and the dirt-repellent surface helps maintain their reflectivity over time. Priced at €16.90 for a single set and €27.80 for a double pack, these reflectors are an affordable addition to your safety gear. They fit rims with diameters above 26 inches and are compatible with a maximum of 32 spokes. However, they are not suitable for children's bikes, folding bikes, or fat bikes. Rainy days and commutes don't mix well, especially when you're on a bike. That's where Bub-Up comes in. It's a pop-up rain shield for cyclists that attaches to your backpack and creates a protective dome around your upper body, so you can keep riding without arriving soaked. The setup is surprisingly straightforward. You take the Bub-Up out of its carry case, let it unfold, and attach it using the integrated straps. It works with most standard backpacks and stays in place while you ride. The transparent front panel gives you a wide field of vision, while side windows make sure you're still visible to traffic. It covers the helmet area and shoulders, deflecting wind and rain without needing a full poncho or clunky rain gear. Weighing only 1.4 kilograms, the Bub-Up folds flat into a 40 centimeters round storage pouch when not in use. That makes it easy to carry and quick to deploy when the weather turns. There's even room underneath to wear your usual jacket or layers, and the structure gives you enough headroom to wear a helmet comfortably. It's not just about comfort either. It adds a real layer of safety. Wet roads and reduced visibility already raise the stakes, so staying dry and keeping your sightlines clear can make a big difference in control and awareness. At roughly €79 on most platforms, Bub-Up isn't trying to replace your raincoat. It's trying to fix what your raincoat can't cover. You can think of it like an umbrella for your bike, but smarter, more stable, and actually useful at speed. Most bike locks are bulky, awkward, or easy to forget at home. CD Lock takes a different approach. It's a lock that's built into your saddle, so it's always with you and ready to use. It might sound like a gimmick, but once you try it, it just makes sense. The idea is simple. The CT Lock is a 2-in-1 saddle and folding lock. When you park, the saddle detaches quickly from the seat post and unfolds into a 1-meter hardened steel lock. It gives you solid security without needing to carry a separate lock in your bag or strapped to your frame. When you're ready to ride again, the lock folds back up and reattaches as your seat. Built with 6 hardened steel links and covered in a plastic shell to prevent scratches, the lock is designed to resist cutting and leverage attacks. It's tested against bolt cutters and has passed Sold Secure certifications in some regions. The mechanism is weather resistant, and the saddle is built for everyday riding. Sometimes the best gear is the kind you don't have to think about. It just works. The Burley Hopper is one of those rare finds. A cargo trailer that transforms into a stroller wagon in seconds, making it perfect for errands, park days, or weekend adventures. Priced at $599, the Hopper is built around a lightweight aluminum frame and can carry up to 100 pounds of gear or groceries in its spacious 115-liter interior. The 16-inch rear wheels and 6-inch front caster wheels are push-button quick release, making setup and breakdown fast and tool-free. The tow arm doubles as a stroller handlebar, and the front wheels deploy with a single press. No fiddling required. The Hopper is made with post-consumer recycled fabric and includes a weather-resistant cover to protect your cargo. Interior mesh pockets help organize smaller items, and a foot-activated parking brake keeps everything stable while loading or unloading. Reflective accents and a safety flag enhance visibility, and the flex connector allows your bike to lay flat while the trailer remains upright. It's also e-bike compatible, expanding its versatility. Whether you're biking to the farmer's market or strolling through the neighborhood, the Hopper adapts to your needs without fuss. Its seamless transition between modes means you can leave the car at home more often, embracing a more active, eco-friendly lifestyle. Rear-view mirrors aren't just for cars. If you've ever wished you could see what's coming up behind you without constantly turning your head, the Corky X offers a smart solution, one that fits directly onto your glasses. This tiny mirror might not look like much at first, but it changes the way you ride. It attaches to your sunglasses or prescription glasses and folds in or out depending on when you need it. When not in use, it stays out of sight. But when flipped open, it gives you a clear, adjustable view of what's behind you. At just 12 grams, it's light enough that you'll forget it's even there. The polycarbonate housing and stainless steel parts give it strength without bulk, and the hinge mechanism is built to stay secure even over bumpy roads. It's designed for cyclists who want better situational awareness without cluttering their handlebars. What really makes Corky X stand out is how unobtrusive it is. No need for a big mirror mounted on your helmet or stuck on the end of your bar. With Corky X, the mirror is always aligned with your head movement. So, when you look, it looks. It fits most glasses and comes with a small toolkit for installation and adjustment. The mirror itself can rotate to fine-tune the viewing angle. Whether you're commuting in traffic or riding in a group, having eyes on the rear makes everything feel a little safer. Priced around $36, it's a small investment for added peace of mind. Not every upgrade on a bike needs to be about speed or aerodynamics. Sometimes it's about fun. Blips, RGB grips, fall into that category. They light up your handlebars with vivid colors, turning your ride into a rolling light show. But these aren't just flashy accessories. They're also designed with safety and visibility in mind. The grips fit standard handlebars and include built-in RGB LEDs that cycle through multiple colors or stay on a single hue, depending on your preference. They're controlled by a small integrated switch, making it easy to toggle modes without extra gear or wires. When riding at dusk or night, the bright side-facing lights help make your bike more noticeable from all angles. Each grip includes a rechargeable battery that powers the lights for several hours, enough for multiple rides between charges. They recharge via USB-C, and the lights can be set to static, flashing, or rainbow color shift modes depending on your vibe or visibility needs. For cyclists seeking enhanced control and safety, the GW Limiter offers a practical solution by restricting handlebar rotation to prevent oversteering. This device is particularly beneficial for urban riders, cargo cyclists, and parents with child seats, aiming to reduce the risk of accidents caused by sudden or excessive handlebar movements. The GW limiter is designed to fit various bicycle types and headsets, with options accommodating head tube outer diameters of 50, 55, and 62 millimeters. It provides steering angle limitations of either 60 degrees or 70 degrees, allowing riders to choose the degree of restriction that best suits their riding style and environment. Weighing between 69.9 grams and 108.2 grams, depending on the model, the limiter adds minimal weight to the bike while offering significant safety benefits. Its construction includes a matte or shiny black anodized finish. A standout feature of the GW limiter is its patented anti-collision mechanism. In the event of a fall, the device is engineered to disengage, preventing additional damage to the bike's frame or fork. This design consideration underscores the product's focus on rider safety and equipment longevity. Additionally, the limiter's water and dirt-resistant properties, along with a built-in drainage system, facilitate easy maintenance and prolong the lifespan of the component. For more installation of the GW limiter does not require specialized tools, making it accessible for most cyclists to set up independently. Precision isn't something most people think about when it comes to bike brakes, until they've tried a set of e-brakes. These ultra-lightweight, high-performance rim brakes are built for riders who care about every detail: weight, modulation, aesthetics, and responsiveness. Weighing in at just 169 grams per set, e-brakes are among the lightest brakes you can put on a road bike. But their low weight doesn't mean they cut corners. Made from CNC machined aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, they deliver the kind of stopping power and control usually reserved for disc brakes, without the added bulk or complexity. What sets e-brakes apart is how they feel during braking. There's no grabby or delayed response here. The action is direct and smooth, with precision that lets you feather the brakes on a descent or slam them if you need to stop fast. Riders switching from stock brakes often notice immediate improvements in both confidence and performance. They're also highly adjustable. The cable routing, pad placement, and arm tension are all easy to fine-tune. You don't need to be a pro mechanic to set them up, but you'll feel like one once they're dialed in. They work with standard caliper brake levers and are compatible with most modern road bikes. The aesthetics are just as refined. With sleek lines and a compact design, e-brakes don't just function well, they look right at home on any high-end build. They're available in various finishes to match different frames and styles. The price around $680 for a set. Imagine turning your regular bike into an e-bike in under a minute, without tools or permanent modifications. That's the promise of Clip, a portable, clip-on electric assist device designed for urban commuters and casual riders. Whether you're facing a steep hill or just want a less strenuous ride to work, Clip offers an accessible solution. Weighing between 8.8 pounds and 9.8 pounds, Clip attaches to the front fork of most city, road, and hybrid bikes with 26 inches to 28-inch wheels. Its 450-watt motor provides assistance up to 15 miles per hour, making it suitable for short commutes and quick errands. The commuter model offers a range of 4 to 6 miles with a 96 watt-hour battery, while the Explorer extends to 10 to 12 miles using a 192 watt-hour battery. Both models feature regenerative braking, recapturing 12 to 18% of energy during downhill rides or braking. Charging times are efficient: 30 minutes for the commuter and 60 minutes for the Explorer. Installation is easy. Open the Clip's arms, position it over the front wheel, and secure it in place. A handlebar-mounted Bluetooth remote allows you to activate the motor as needed, providing a boost when tackling inclines or accelerating from stops. Priced at $499 for the commuter and $599 for the Explorer, Clip offers a cost-effective alternative to purchasing a full e-bike. Its portability means you can easily remove it when not in use, reducing the risk of theft and allowing for convenient charging indoors. Sometimes you don't want to carry a bulky action cam. You just want to capture the ride, hands-free, from your point of view, with solid image quality.